Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames, messieurs, Mironchads, Mironchuds, Mironchuckles, welcome to Mironchuck Live. Of course, I am your host, Jason Mironchuck. Doing a throw together stream, folks. I thought I was going to be busy today, so I didn't really prepare anything, but this landed in my lap last night, late last night. And I stayed up way past my bedtime, going down this rabbit hole. My goodness. Sara, the host of the Raging Tomato debate channel, which I've joined in on some panels, and I've checked it out because, of course, Andrew Wilson of The Crucible helped build that show up. He was a steady guest. I think he was on there 18 times, as something he said. Of course, made by Jim Bob has done debates. He's got a debate scheduled there in the next few days, I believe, and a few other regulars. Rob Knorr, who I'm a big fan of, and I was on his show last night. I'm going to show you a little bit of that as well. And then Rob is actually the centerpiece for this revelation that Sara has gone to business for herself, as we say in the wrestling business, and has paid the price for it, unfortunately. Well, fortunately. True colors always show. And you know what? Not surprised. You get instincts about people. I call it, like, you get the sniffles, right? Not the, Colombian sniffles, but the other kind of sniffles, where you just kind of get this kind of feeling like something's not right about this person. But whatever. People are what they are, and things happen, and whatever. And maybe sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes you take a dislike for someone, and they turn out to be fantastic. So whatever. Who am I? It doesn't matter. My opinions about these things. But when this all happened over the course of the weekend, and I kind of stumbled into this story, I was like, aha! I knew it. Knew it. By the way, Kenneth Wells started it off with a big $10. Thank you, Kenneth. Appreciate you. You get a little bit of this action.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Kenneth the Rainmaker Wells, appreciate you, my friend. Always here with big tips and donations. Don't let Kenneth be all alone and carry everyone's water. Send me some tips over on YouTube, on the super chats, or over on Streamlabs. Links in the description in the chat. The best way is sending some money right to my pockets. I need some cigarette money, folks. I'm down to my last one, and money's just gone out. So help out which way you can. Sit over on Streamlabs so that I can go get some tobacco and stay out of the headlines. So let's get into this. Let's play a little bit of this. This is fun. This is from Rob Knorr's channel, and we'll get into the whole details of this dramas. Not usually something I cover, but I think there's some interesting inroads, especially when we start talking about women in $10 from Madeline M. Thank you. Straight into my pocket. Thank you, Madeline. Always good to see you. You get a little bit of a. So, I should turn this on, shouldn't I? Yeah, turn that on. We'll get into all the details of this anyways. But I think there's a good dovetail into women influencers and women in men's spaces in general. I've been sparing the women. I haven't really talked about women that much on the show. I've been staying kind of out of the feminisms. Of course, I had Rachel Wilson on with Jim Jatras. Hope to get Rachel on again sometime soon to talk more about these kind of things. I haven't spared the women completely, but I feel like much ink has been spilled in that category. It gets into red pilling and stuff like that, and blah 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 blah. I don't want to be one of those guys. I don't have anything against women. Of course, I'm married to one. I've got a daughter. I was raised around women, so I'm kind of just used to their BS. It's just kind of like, yeah, whatever. But when you start getting women into certain spaces, especially, let's say, in the media sphere, you give them any little bit of like a power or prestige or a presence, and quite a few of them go mashugana with it. It's not exclusive to women, of course. A lot of men have done it as well. I have a clip of poor Hassan Piker, Mr. Dog Zapper himself, having a bit of a crash out, as the kids say. Get a little bit of black pilled. He's just over it all. He can't even shock his dog in peace, folks. What is this world coming to? Come on now. If Hassan Piker can't make millions and millions of dollars off stupid people on Twitch and get protected by everyone and everything and have his entire career just astroturfed to the moon, woo! Another big $5. Appreciate you. If Hassan Piker can't get that big massive push and protection and enjoy it and get to shock his dog, what is this world coming to? Why even bother? It's what I aspire to, folks. I don't even have a dog. Get me famous enough so I can buy a dog and a shock collar. Or a Korean or something. Something that I can put a shock collar on and people will be fine with, I guess. So here's a little animation to start us off. This is from Rob Noor's channel. Go subscribe to Rob, by the way. He's a fantastic guy, great channel, very good insights. One of the best debaters in the right-wing sphere.
I think he doesn't know the power of the Panelverse.
Oh shit! Not the Panelverse! Oh no! Not the fucking Panelverse! Beware the Panelverse! He doesn't run afoul of the Panelverse! Who could know the great Sara Tomato? The power she wields! The power of the Panelverse!
Yeah. Well, we'll get into what is the Panelverse in a second. Probably one of the gayest things I've ever heard of. And I've heard some gay stuff, man. I spent a lot of time on X. I see a lot of stuff. You don't even know. But like I thought the No Kings thing was about the height of cringy gay. But no. There's levels to this. I always get reminded there's levels to this stuff. And we'll get into the Panelverse when we get into the actual breakdown of what happened. Here is, I got on Rob's show last night, so I was deep diving all this stuff, and I saw he was live and doing call-ins, so I had to call in. And so here's me and Rob, and Rob's going to tell us the whole dang thing from the mouth of the babes. I'm in Western Australia.
Oh, okay. Well, so then yes.
So,
it's up past bedtime. I know the feeling.
Yeah. Then I was listening to Jim Bob, and someone mentioned some sort of drama, and they didn't mention the Sara thing, and I was like, for some reason, I'm like, that's Sara, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I was like, and then I did the whole rabbit hole. So, man, Panelverse, man, that's fucking gay. That's like the gayest thing I heard all week.
What's
I've
the
heard some gay shit?
Yeah, I mean. So for those that are, if you're looking for a quick rundown, I'll try to make this as quick as possible. Here's what happened. Sarah had been messaging me behind the scenes for quite some time because I keep getting overtalked in her panels, or that I should apologize to people for this, that, and the other in her panels. Frustrated me, but I knew that I was working at least tangentially. I'm a member of the Crucible. I'm paid, and I knew that they work a lot through Sarah. So I tried to keep everything professional on the up and up. Just
a jump in. It wasn't just happening to you. It was happening to me, happening to Tony from Hello Listener, like a whole bunch of us that would like eventually get on some panels. And she was being like massively rude, like weirdly rude. It was like a weird vibe. And I was like, what the fuck was that all about?
Yeah.
And then this happened. I'm like, okay.
I don't get it.
I wasn't part of the Panelverse.
Right. That's
just so everyone knows. I only try not to swear on my channel. On other people's channels, I talk like a sailor. That's F that.
That's just it.
Right.
So part of it was like, I thought, this is what I mistakenly thought. I thought the reason that I went on with this dude Connor, and he was bragging about talking over me and threatening to kick my ass and all this, and then I had to basically be an asshole. So I would sit there and listen to him, and then when it was my turn to talk, he acknowledged, yes, I'm going to interrupt you, and he proceeded to, and then I would have to talk over him, and then Sarah would say, all right, gentlemen. And then it would go back to him talking, and I'd sit there quietly. Then I'd talk, and he'd interrupt. I can't believe how childish you guys are acting. And so
He's referencing Connor from Counterpoints. I actually had Connor on one of the Friender Feds with JF Garalippi way back in the day, talking about RFK Friender Feds. So you can go check that out. I think it's in the members. Connor is he tries to position himself as this sort of sensible centrist kind of character, which is just code for like gay libertarianisms or leftist, but disagreeing on one or two subjects. You see a lot of this, right? Where people are defined as right wing or conservative, and then you look at their politics, you're like, it's 90s Democrat, right? Like, it's conservative for 2025. Sure, they haven't accepted the entire progressive stack. They're more like, look, we don't like puberty blockers and transgenderisms for the children's, but if you're over 18, it's fine. You're like, well, why? Why is it okay if you're over 18 but under 18? 17 bad, 18 fine? Why? It's, it actually kind of really boils down to, in many cases, the sexual revolution, and this idea that, well, sex is wonderful, great, and should be promoted, and everyone should be doing it, as long as you're over 18, or whatever the age of consent is for your given country, state, whatever. Don't do it with children, yeah, obviously, but everyone else is fine. You're like, but why? Now, I'm not anti-sex. I'm not saying that no one should ever have sex. I'm pro-natalist, of course. Have sex, have babies, whatever. But sex has to be kind of confined within a marriage and a relationship for the purpose of having children. And, marital bliss and all that kind of stuff, sure, too. Yeah, okay. There's room for that. But it has to be confined in for that purpose. Otherwise, you get all the other degeneracies. Because your moral stance for okay for 18 but not okay for 17 gets murky. Now, we understand it. It's a word concept fallacy in a sense, where it's like, yeah, I understand why there's that delineation. Because if you say it's okay for 17, then it's okay for 16, it's okay for 15, it's right? And then all of a sudden you get into, kooky libertarian territory. So yes, morally speaking, sure. But if you're going to make a moral position about something, then your morality has to be grounded in something much more concrete than just a number. Because we say this number. It's like, no, it's not about the number, actually. It's about the relationship. Sex should be part of a relationship. And yes, sometimes things go awry. People think they're going to get married, they're having relations, and it doesn't go that way. Or they get married and there's a death and a remarriage and whatever. Sure, things happen. But they should be also considered like exceptions to the rule. The rule has to be the rule because it has to hold everyone together, or else everyone flies apart. And you get what we have today. See? So what oftentimes when you hear from these conservatives, right-wing people, the Viva Fries, the this and that, the other ones, they're not really conservative. They're not really right-wing. They're just liberals who don't agree with X, Y, Z. They don't like these policies. They don't like this policy over here, but they're fine with these other ones. Illegal immigration, bad. Legal immigration, fantastic. So if you have infinite legal immigration, well, it's legal. How can you say no? There's no addressing the actual issue at hand because it all gets kicked up to some sort of legal state. It's a number. It's a collective concession of what is right and what is wrong. These things don't stand. It destroys a civilization.
I chalked it up to, oh, well, he's the guest. I thought that the way it went.
Connor blows, Pineapple Guy says, well, does he blow or does Destiny blow him? Which one is the... Is he a catcher or is he a pitcher? I don't know. Ask him, I guess.
Was this that if you're
he kind of looks like a bear though, right? So I'm thinking pitcher, but I don't know what people get up to on the weekends.
the guest and like, let's say me and you were debating, and then, hey, can you guys stay afterwards? And people come on and they'll talk to you about what went on. I thought that's, so I was like, fair enough. I was the open panel person. Connor's the guest. Next time I'm the guest. Dusty and them are the open panel people. Same old bullshit. Bringing in drama, this, that.
He's bringing up this guy, what's he called? The Powder Dusty. Every single interaction I've ever had him on a panel or seen him in a debate or something like that, guy gives me a creeps. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's scum. I don't like saying these things about public people and stuff like that, but yeah, I feel comfortable saying that about certain people, and he's one of them. Whereas just kind of you get that feeling like if he was a regular at my bar, I'd serve him, but I wouldn't talk to him, you know? It'd be more like, okay. And you get the $1 tip and you're like, thanks, man. And you just kind of find something else to do. You go clean the bar on the other end of the bar, you know?
The other talking over. Now, it wasn't as bad as the talking over as it was with Connor, but I'm sitting there raising an eyebrow like, so it seems like it's just people could talk over Rob. It doesn't matter if he's the guest or not. And so I just was like, hey, I don't think I'm going to do this anymore. I got a DM from her saying that I'm an easy target. I take things too seriously. Fine. I just won't do the open panel. Was frustrated about it. Did a debate with this dude Trippy. Same sort of panelverse people talking over me. I, as a joke, was like, okay, if I'm taking it too seriously, then I won't take it seriously this time. So I said, I'll be quiet until you guys stop interrupting. And the person I was debating, Radical Coder, was like, good, be quiet. That gives me more time to talk. Fair enough. I'll be quiet for the next 2 hours. Good luck to you.
Radical Coder, again, another one of these personalities that just like, ugh. Last time I was on a panel over on Sara's show, and I had done a stream, and I'm guilty of this, and this is where I'm sharing this story, but it doesn't make me look good. I did a stream, and I had some beverages. Hang on a second. Where is it? Where is it? There we go.
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers.
Oh no.
5 beers.
Oh
6 beers. 7 beers. 8 beers. 9 beers.
I had about 9 beers, actually. And then I finished the stream. And as I do, I was like, oh, should I do editing and stuff? Well, I've had a few beers. So, yeah, what's going on in the world? Sarah's having a panel. I'll go on there. Which is, not always a good idea. It's happened before. So I got on there and immediately there was some hostilities. And I think this is where this Radical Coder guy was leaving or something, and I was kind of nattering. And Sarah got up in my face about that. How dare you? You're not letting him speak. I think I challenged him to debate or something. And which I'm still open. Actually, no. After all this, fuck all these people. At least it's like panelverse people, and excuse me for swearing, but it might happen on the show. So that happened, and I stood around this panel, and they were just I avoid retardation in my life. I really don't leave the house unless I have to. Thank you for helping support the show in all the ways. So basically, what you're doing is I don't have to leave the house and interact with people. Because I don't really like doing that. It gives me the ick. Other people in the world where you talk to them, you're like, wow, you're stupid. Okay, I shouldn't be talking to you. Let's just talk about the weather. Let's not talk. Let's not talk. Let's just pretend this is like sort of like an awkward transaction. I'm going to stand over here and you're going to talk. I'm like, and go on my merry way, right? And then when you're in a room for these people, and I had this moment in the middle of that panel, I'm like, why am I here? Why am I here? And anyways, so she was doing this thing where I was talking and she was like, you're always over talking people. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And I think she put me on mute or she booted me or whatever. Long story short is this. After that, I was kind of pissed off about it. How dare you do this to me? The great and mighty Mironchuck. Do you not know who I am? Beer-induced pride is always the worst. And then I thought about the next day. I'm like, I was probably me, right? I'm probably being a schmuck. Okay, I'll own that. And I just kind of unfollowed everyone. I'm like, you know what? This is kind of a temptation for me. It's a sin. I don't need to do this. I don't really want to confess this to my priest. Like, what do you do? I have to explain what a Sara tomato is and all these other things. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. So I unfollowed and all that stuff. I'm like, it's safer for me, nothing against her. But I kind of still bugged me a bit because, she was being a whatever. But it's her channel. It's her show. She get to be however she wants to be, right? It's fine. And then this happened. And I'm like, ha, ha, ha. I'm vindicated. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was her all the time. Yeah, no.
Because the truth is, they don't have an entertaining show without me. Now, I'm not saying they're incapable of it. I'm saying that particular show, probably I had the most eyeballs on that show coming from me. And if there's not me to disagree with, and you guys just want to sit around and, all agree with each other, whatever, then fine. If that's what it's going to be, we're going to talk over you, and great. If you're going to be silent, that means more time for us. Then take the time. Sara went on the panel with Dusty and them later when they decided to send a bunch of trolls over, stayed there for 3 hours, laughing at some of the troll shit, and then gave this big speech at the end of it after all the trolls were there about how I didn't understand the awesome, God-fearing power of the Panelverse!
I think he doesn't know the power of the Panelverse.
Let me see if I can do a Sara impersonation now.
I think he doesn't understand the power of the Panelverse now.
By the way, I don't know who was part of the Panelverse. I'm assuming Powder Dusty, Radical Coder, these dipshit names. Hang on. To Jason Unchained, good to see you, brother. Sara, he says, Sarah's always been close with Powder Dusty, and she hates their base points made by the likes of Rob and Andrew, but she pretended to be cool for the money they brought her. Yeah, we'll get more into that. But the big tip off for me was I watched one of her, I guess it's like Mod Mondays or something, and one of her mods or besties or some of that is a T girl, T person, T whatever. And I was okay, there we go. It's just like AA, right? Where you can be super base, but then you're hanging out with T's, and you're like, interesting, fascinating. This is another one of those like, well, not for the children, but if you're over 18, it's fine. No, it's not okay. Never okay. Never. None of it is okay. It's a mental illness. Should be considered a mental illness. Should be treated like a mental illness, which doesn't include radically chopping off bits of your body. You're not a doctor, Jason. Yeah, I'm also not a fucking idiot. So what else do you want me to tell you? No, not for anybody. What if they're 54? Nope. No, none of that. If it's a man wearing makeup, you shame that man until he stops doing that. You're gonna make him feel awful about himself. Well, good. Maybe that's good. Maybe feeling a little bit bad about yourself is actually not a bad thing. Sometimes, in certain situations, especially because it's like none of that's okay. None of the chemical stuff is okay. None of the chemical castration is okay. None of it. For any age group under the sun. Okay, new rule, easy. Just say no. It's not just like heroin is not a good idea for anybody, at any time, ever. Period. Sorry, meth doesn't do a body good. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, shit! Not the Panelverse! Oh, no! Not the fucking Panelverse! Beware the Panelverse! He doesn't run afoul of the Panelverse!
Grill Biscuit says, we can't use medical heroin? Look, if you put the word medical in front of anything, it obviously becomes okay. No, how about no? No, it's no. Now, this is coming from someone who, when offered ketamine, when I had almost cut off my hand, or cut off my thumb, and I was in the hospital and like bleeding, squirting blood everywhere and in a lot of pain, and they asked me if I wanted ketamine, and I was like, yes! In the moment, you're gonna take the thing. They offer you the thing. Does it stop this feeling? Yes. Oh, give me 5. Sure. Okay. In a medical setting, fine. Everything outside of a medical setting, and I'm not talking like self-induced medication, right? Like I'm feeling low today. I stabbed myself in the hand with a scissors. I need some, a little bit of horse will help that. No.
Who could know the great Sara Tomato?
Panelverse.
The power she wields, the power of the Panelverse. That was it. So I decided it's one thing to say shit to me behind the scenes, but once you do that publicly, by the way, just objectively one of the most cringe fucking things I've ever heard. You don't know the power we wield, the power of the Panelverse. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to call that shit out and I'm going to make fun of it, which is exactly what I did. Andrew, I didn't fucking say shit to Andrew. Andrew and Rachel happened to see my show and they were like, what is this cringe bullshit? So Andrew called me.
Well, and this is where the story gets nice and spicy. Because Andrew Wilson, of course, the host and creator of The Crucible, basically made Sarah's channel. I don't know when it was, maybe a few years ago. He started appearing on Sarah's channel, and I guess entered into some sort of agreement, partnership, whatever with Sarah, where he would throw her a lot of views from The Crucible, which is a sizable audience. And not only that, and it's not just like the sub count is only a small little fraction of this stuff, especially when you're streaming as well, but retention and people giving money, people are paying in the chats, reactions, all the rest of it. You go over to any of the Crucible streams, it's the chat's just flipping. I don't even know how he reads it. It's crazy. I would love that level of success, but there it is, right? Andrew's worked really hard for it. God bless him. So he basically, I think, and we'll get to this when we get to the Andrew stuff, basically he enters some sort of relationship with Sarah where it's like a working relationship where, you book debates, I show up on your show, you get a lot of views on your show, a lot of people send you money, you make a lot of money, everyone wins, right? Means that it frees Andrew up, he doesn't have to book debates. Someone's booking it for him. Nice. And she gets the money from the shows. He doesn't have to pay her. It's easy, right? Okay. So that's a relationship. Now, Andrew and Rob are very, very close friends. So when suddenly Sara goes into business for herself and starts to crap on Rob because he's insulted the Panelverse, which I guess is her little, queenship thing. She's queen of the B squad, not even the B squad, the D squad, the F squad, what the fuck? Yeah, the F squad. Use F for all the Fs. This is the classic. This is such classic, small-minded mentalities, where she wants to rule, so she'd rather be the queen of these degenerate nobodies rather than serve Andrew and be, downstream from the Crucible, which is kind of what she's supposed to be, because that was the agreement. She's not exceptional. She's never said anything interesting. She's kind of just a host, and she's not even that good of a host for debates, ever. She's never really been that good. I've critiqued that before, and I've been nice about it before, where I'm like, well, she's not very good in classical debates, but she manages people, and because it's more blood sporty and everyone's kind of talking at each other and it's kind of more robust, and she does the panel thing, and that's a skill set onto itself, just to be able to deal with that, sit with that for hours on end. And she does the work. She shows up, she does the work. So, God bless her for that. But other than that, she's like what? She's an aging out 40-year-old single mom. I guess there's a demo for that. There's a lot of thirsty men out there, right? Anything that isn't horrific on the eyes is like it's someone's kink. So, the drawn on eyebrows, and she always looks kind of surprised. Anyways, we don't need to go there, but we went there for a second. We're gonna shit on Sara. This show. I'm not going to hold back. I don't feel like it. Sorry. I will make amends at confession.
And he's like, is there shit going on behind the scenes? I said, yeah. And there's a reason that he asked me that. And a lot of it's not public, but there is working relationships between people. And so, and me and Andrew are good friends. And he's like, fuck that shit. So then he decided both to have his friends back, which
Gorilla says she would do it to you. That's for sure. Yeah. I feel like I don't feel particularly bad about it.
Always will appreciate, but also as a decision, like, can I trust someone who's going to go and hang out with a bunch of fucking people that are intentionally trolling and say this shit? Can I trust them from that perspective? No. So we're just going to cut ties and we're going to say fuck you, and that's it. It's not about like, oh well, we're gonna, I can't speak for Andrew. I know for me personally, anybody that follows me that's like, I still like Sarah, I still like going to her panel, that's perfectly reasonable. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. I wish her the best. I don't give a fuck. But that's it. That's the whole drama. They've decided, that people like Dusty and them have decided like, oh well, this is something we're gonna keep this fight going forever and blah blah blah. You're literally just a flea on my ass. I don't give a fuck. Hey man, if you get content from here until the end of time being like, I'm gonna watch Rob's show every day and I'm gonna fucking comment about how I dislike him. Hey, I'm glad I could help you with that. I just personally don't give a shit. That's it. That's the drama in a nutshell.
Yeah. Well, I think good for filling the audience. I mean, I clued into it just like I said, like 2 hours ago, and I've been like speed running through it. I'm like, this is fantastic, because I mean, like, I'm not a drama guy, but when you have a suspicion about people, and you're like, I'm wondering when that's going to plan out, and I had that suspicion about her and that whole crew, and it's just like they just kind of reveal it. There's no ethic. One thing that I figured out last year, and then coming into this year, who's that guy with that beautiful sounding voice? Oh, it's me. Send me some chats, folks, either on YouTube or on Streamlabs. It does help the channel out. Even $2. It helps with the algorithms. So you got $2 in your pocket, whether you're watching this live or in the future. So send it. Oh, look at me. Oh, look at this. Found $2 in the ground with my name on it. Let's put it in here. Thank you. Here with the show and some of that is that I only really want to talk to really Orthodox Christians now, because at the bottom line, like, I have no relationship with Andrew. I've had Rachel's been on my show and some of that before, but Andrew's a fellow Orthodox Christian, so I've got his back just by default. Like, unless he said some crazy things about religion, other than that, I would never throw that man under the bus. So there's an important part, and this is not a I'm so great, I'm such a great person, whatever that, but there has to be an ethic involved. This is another thing, that the importance of religion. If you look like go back to last show, I was talking about AA, and I went on a bit of a rant at the end there. The critical part of having a religion, one of the many things that religion gives you, I should say, is it cements an ethic within relationships and within the community, so that you're not only just concerned about just nominal relations, like what should be right, what should be considered a decent move by a human being. Don't backstab someone. Don't be dishonest. Don't be duplicitous. Be a decent human being. But that can sometimes be hard, right? People get their passions riled up. They have a few drinks. They're acting on their own pride. They start thinking their poop don't smell. Then suddenly you start making some errors, unforced or otherwise. And we're going to get to Andrew's response on this, because I haven't really seen Andrew angry, and I think he got angry, like real angry, which is a credit to him standing up for his boy, which is Rob. We need more of that. We'll get to another clip by I forget his name now. Sorry. By Fallen Heathen. He's talking about 3 a.m. friends. We'll get to that in the second half of the show. But yeah, there's an importance there of you need to have some people in your life who's not necessarily family, who's going to be there with you or be there for you. Here, I don't have many people outside of my family, but at least I have my spiritual father. I have my priest. I know that I could call my priest up and I could get assistance. Maybe not about everything, but pretty much about everything. Not hiding a body at 3 a.m., but I wouldn't go that direction anyways, hopefully. But yeah, I could call my priest up and get help. There's people at my church now who, if I was in a real bind, I could probably call up and say, or throw a Hail Mary and go, hey, can anyone help? That's important. You need it even if you never use it. You need to know that it's there. Because a lot of this idea of what gives a man, what makes a man attractive, what makes a man powerful, no matter what he's doing. You could be a janitor, you could be digging holes in the ground, you could be doing menial work, but you could be carrying yourself with a certain amount of confidence and a certain projection of self because you're not insecure. And insecurity isn't just internal, it's external as well. How well situated are you? If everything goes south tomorrow in your life, do you have options? If not, well, you need to get some. Do you have any leverage? No? You should probably get some. Or get out of that situation. Don't do that business deal. Never do a business deal where it's like never sign a deal when you're hungry, you know? Because you're going to sign some stuff because you just want to get to lunch or because you really need this deal. And you're not going to read the fine print. You're going to go, yeah, we'll deal with it. I just need that money. So that need, that positioning, you're putting yourself out there where you're vulnerable and you have no backup. And you're walking around like that, that's doing a number on you. There's your social anxieties, where you have no real friends, your family ties aren't that good, you have no church, you have no community, you have no loyalty around you, you have no fail safes. Maybe you're low on skills. This beta man thing isn't just appearance. It's a psychology. It's an environmental kind of condition that you need to address. So for young men out there, I know my demos, but men for any age, it's good to do an audit. What brought me here to Australia really was my daughter was born. We're going to second lockdowns in Canada. Everything was kind of crazy. I had just done damage to my hand. Everything was out here, right? For the first time in my life, I was like, I don't even know if I can make money now. Like, I was a server, a hospitality guy, manager, etc. for 30 odd years. I always had that. And then suddenly this hand thing happened. I was like, I don't even know if I can do this anymore. Because at the time I couldn't even hold a plate. So I was like, shoot, what are we doing? And lockdowns are happening. And I did a very quick audit of my life. I'm like, my ass is way out in the wind. And I have some friends and I have some family, but the family's aging out and the friends are busy doing their own thing. And if, things go south for everybody, well, they got to take care of their own people. And I understand that. So, they're 3 a.m. friends, but there's also like the idea is like, no, but you got to take care of your family too, right? It can't just come down to me. So I did that audit. I'm like, yeah, I need to get this young family, me and my wife and my child, or at least my wife and my child, back to here in Australia where my wife's family is much bigger and younger. And so that at least my child had family, if nothing else. If the money goes up in smoke and, zombie apocalypse happens, there's at least a few more younger relatives around her. So if I got to do a sacrifice fly, I'm not leaving her with nothing, in the wilderness kind of thing. So you do those audits, and then when you do that audit, you find out, you kind of figure out what you need. What do you need? What's critical? How do you get that? What sacrifices need to be made? And if you're serious about things, you just do that. And that's how you get your leverage. That's how you get a little bit of security. That's how you get a little bit more confidence in yourself and your environment and all the rest of it. And you build, right? It's a process. Birds Aren't Even Real says she shouldn't have picked a side outside of business with helping with the channel if she didn't want viewers to pick a side. Big mistake considering the current climate. Let me just read this again. Sorry. Yeah. I think she has her own personal politics. I think that she's probably conservative or based on 1 or 2 points, but relatively speaking, she's a liberal. You know, women don't give up feminism easily. Why would they? It's a perfect weapon. Why would they ever give up power when they have it? Especially when it's been given to them. And that tends to be the problem. And this is not a criticism on on Andrew, but you know, women have a hard time generating things. They don't create easily. Then that comes down to opportunities. And this is not a dig on women. It's just a thing, right? The female brain is nurturing. The male brain is creative, internal, external, right? It's directional kind of applications of energy and directions and interests and all the rest of it. So when you get into that kind of territory, women have to be almost given an opportunity. Now, if she's smart, what she does is she nurtures the opportunity. She understands that what she's been given is precious. She's gonna take care of it. She's gonna grow it. She's gonna, you know, let it grow and let it develop into the thing it's supposed to be, right? Channel, career, etc. That's a good, it's a good instinct, and so it's probably also a good reason to give women certain opportunities. If she's the right kind of woman, she'll nurture it. She'll take care of it. She understands it's precious, and she'll also give it room to breathe and grow, right? A man will give him that kind of opportunity and then just be creative with it. So it's a different kind of energy. It depends what you want to do with it. And it's always good to let women give women a chance. But 9 times out of 10, as I've experienced, what I've seen and experienced, is that most women don't appreciate the gift. If they don't understand it's a gift and they don't nurture it the way it should be, what they end up doing is thinking that they're better than this. And they become a little bit resentful. They're resentful of the gift. It comes like that smothering mother kind of aspect to it. So they want to destroy it. And she's kind of destroying it. So her channel's in free fall. Let's do a Sara Tomato check. Hang on. Let's do a subscriber channel check for a second here. She's already lost a few thousand. And again, subscriber numbers are not all that important in some ways. Wow. Okay, let me show you this. Oops. So here's the channel. When this all happened, she was going to do a 20,000 sub party. And I think she was up around 21,000. She's now down to 16.6K subscribers. So she's lost, let's call it 4,000 subscribers in the last, I don't know, 2-3 days. And Rob is up 4K. Yeah. Captain Phoenix says she's down 3K in 72 hours. And Rob is up 4,000 the same time. Like Rob, I think Rob is now bigger than her. On a sub count. Let me see. Yep. Rob's at 18.4 and Sarah's at 16.6. And that's down from this morning. When I checked it this morning, she was at maybe 17,000. So she's down another 1,000. So I think by the end of this week, she'll be probably under 10,000. Oops. Fucking oops. I don't want to do the Schadenfreude thing, man, but man alive, that's harsh. That is harsh. Speaking also as someone who, this has been a rough year. And I brought it on myself. I developed the channel as a political channel. And then I decided, because of life and all the rest of it, my own spiritual journey, to change the channel into a much more orthodox religious modality. Now, I still do political analysis and all the rest of it. Also, somewhere in February, YouTube just decided to screw with my channel And it wasn't just me, it was a personal thing, but everything happened all at once. And I'm just coming out of it. And thank you to everyone in the chat and everyone who's subscribing and letting the people know. All right. If you can't send me money, at least send me a like. At least send me a comment. Let me do something, anything to help the channel. But thank you, Bill Hicks. I see you in the chat. I'll get to you in a sec. Always good to see you, Bill Hicks. Based Australians are rare. So when you find one, you covet them. You're like, oh, look at this. It's like a Australian. It's like put a kangaroo statue on the back on the mantle. Look at that. Shine them every day. Oh, Tommy Kangaroo Dan Sport. Tommy Kangaroo Dan. Bill Hicks. The mighty Bill Hicks. Where was I going with that? Help me out. I got distracted. Is Rip a mod here? Oh, Rip's in the mat. Rip is saying I'm one of her mods. Oops. Actually, Rip, since you're here, hang on, where are you at? Hang on, let's do this. Rip's a moderator now on this channel. Haha, Sarah. I'm moving your moderators around too. Fuck off. So, don't do it. Done. Too late. Bill, you too. You are a managing moderator. Moderate. Do the thing. I don't even know what moderators do. Just do the thing. Make me proud. So, I forgot where was I going with that, chat? Let me know. I have a complete blank. I got distracted by Rip in the chat. Rip and Bill Hicks distracted me. What's Bill saying? Base Canadians living in Australia are even rarer. Yeah, I know. I'm the only one, and I've met other Canadians here in Australia. Disgrace, because you know what? Most Canadians, because you don't get Quebecers, eh? So for some reason, Quebecers don't go to Australia. Huh? They go, what is this, tabarnak? It's go to a place with crazy deer who jump around. Why we go there? No. We stay. Maybe we go to Chicoutimi. Maybe we go to Paris a little bit. Make ourselves feel a little bit more French. But no. We don't go to Australia. C'est quoi ça? So you don't really get a. You don't. I've never met another Montrealer here. No. I also don't leave the house, so fair. But the all the Canadians I met down here, they're all from like Vancouver or Ontario. A nuisance. Gorilla says, "You're in Australia?" I'm such a boomer. Yeah. I don't hide the fact. I live in Western Australia, in a beach town, and I hate the beach. It's a thing. Rip says, "I'm going to unsub from a Gauntlet channel too." Yeah, fuck this shit. I love the fact that Rob is gaining though. That's a good turnout from that. That really bugs me. I was doing something. No, I forgot. Doesn't matter. Let's go to the man, the myth.
Sometimes people just
Mr. Andrew Wilson. He's going to be explaining his situation, his reaction, and why he's basically done the thing that, probably is the most harmful, which is basically just go, "Hey, Sarah, bye. Bye-bye, Sarah. Nice knowing you. Nice having a good channel. Nice having that channel growth. Good luck growing your channel by yourself, by the way. That's fun."
don't learn. They just don't get it. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, they just don't get it. A lot of people who have carved a pretty good living off of the Crucible. For instance, if you go to Sara the Tomato's channel, her top 18, just put most popular in her live. The top 18.
To Jason and says, she's a mud shark. I'd bet money. Mud shark. I just makes me laugh.
18, meaning the best 18 videos that she has, the top, are all me. I didn't even know I had.
I want, especially when playing this, I want this to sink in for people, and I'll fill it in too. Like, people maybe don't understand how hard it is, A, to do this streaming thing on a regular, and to actually make money off of it. It's incredibly difficult because you're at war with all the things, right? If you actually want to be, no, not talking within a box, if you don't want to just giving, favorable Disney reviews, it's a hard slog. You see what's really popular out there, and you're like, well, I'm not that. I couldn't even be that. I wouldn't even know how to do that. I couldn't have those words come out my mouth. I would just regret everything and quit. So when you're given this sort of gift of an Andrew Wilson or a bigger account rub, and they're gonna just they're strapping rockets on you and taking you to the moon, because she was no one before this, and then Andrew Wilson comes along and she gets massive growth within a year. I think when I started following these her channel early this year, she was at around maybe 10,000 subs, somewhere around there, maybe even less. And the channel's grown to had grown to 20,000 until this whole thing happened. So this is literally someone shooting themselves in the foot repeatedly and thinking it's awesome.
Appeared 18 times on Sara the Tomatoes channel. I didn't even know I had been there 18 times. But the 18.
Also, since we had the King of the Grift on the screen, send me money. Help with the mortgage, payments, help buy tobacco. I need a haircut. Help, please. Do the thing. You got money in your pocket. I know, I hear it. I hear this little jingle jangle of your virtual money. What? $2? What are you holding it on for? Can't take it with you. Just send it on over. It'll go to a good cause.
18 times I was there are the best performing videos on the entire channel. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Now, a little bit of drama pop off. I woke up this morning, and by this morning I mean late afternoon.
Jason Change says, it's kind of crazy how financially lucrative some streamers are. I remember watching Crucible with 50 in chat. Now it's a behemoth a few years later. I remember watching some of the early Crucibles maybe 5 years ago.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
There it is, my friend. Get you on the board. Appreciate you. $2 doesn't have to be a lot. Hey, we hit that goal. I'll do the goal thing, and I won't cheat. I know Mela thinks I cheated. I probably did cheat a little bit, but cringeverse funds from Willie Manuel.
The best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Thank you, Will. Appreciate you. So anyways, I remember watching them like 5 years ago, and this is when I was still kind of like, I don't know about these debate things. And yeah, you're right. It was kind of like a nominal channel, and Andrew's just crushed, and played all the cards right. He's just an example of someone who's just done all the right things. Well, at least in terms of streaming career, I much respect. I study the man. And hey, Andrew, if you ever want to throw rub somewhere, I will be appreciative. I will send you thank you notes every day, just for like a fraction of what Sara got. I don't need much.
And was listening to Rob Knorr ranting and a Raven on his channel, and I was like, "Well, what's all this about? What's Rob upset about?" So I was tuning in and laughing as he kind of was covering what was going on. But let me explain what's going on. So I have this rule, right? There's two of them, really. The first is you put a knife in my back, you only ever get to do it once. That's the first rule. It's a good rule. I used to be like, yeah, we can maybe work it out, and but over the years, I've just decided that it's just too much work, and I'm too busy. I'm too busy. And the second is, if you're too stupid to get it, you're too dangerous to work with. Those are the two rules. Pretty easy, right?
I have very similar rules. I can forgive a lot. I can even be if you're my friend and I love you, I will take a lot of, I wouldn't say abuse, but I'll take a lot of crap. I will take a lot of crap. I will forgive a lot. I always forgive at the end of the day. Even the people who've done me the dirtiest, I've forgiven them. But at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, but we'll never work together again, right? Like this isn't gonna happen. There's only one friend in my life where we had a conflict, and at the end we smoothed it out. Now the friendship probably was never as close as it had been before, but we got over it, and we just kind of said, you know what, it's whatever, fine. All right, we're gonna move past it. This friendship is more important than the conflict itself, and we were both guilty of bullshit, right? So it's fine. But other than that, I'm at a stage now where, and I think this is a particularly man thing too. As you get older, as a man, many of your friendships are. I use this word. I'll say this word, but I'll try to qualify it. They are transactional to a degree, because you're busy. You got a wife, you got kids, you got a house, you got this, you got the mortgage, the job, everything else. You don't got time for a lot of things. So even if the transaction is, we're just going to hang out, man, and we're just going to talk, shoot some shit and have some fun, and that's it, right? Like, that's our relationship. Or, we're in some sort of business agreement or something, right? Something's holding us together. We're always going to be friends, and we can always be tight, but it's about this, right? And if this goes away for whatever reason, if this situation changes, we'll go on our merry way. And hey, we bump into each other, handshake, how you doing? Big hug, catch up over a few beers, and then go back to life. Men, I think, treat friendships a lot different than women. Women, friendships are this whole drama spiel, right? Where it goes back and forth, and love and hate, and gossip, and this and that, and they're best friends and they're enemies, and it's a deal, man. I wouldn't even have time for 5% of that. My life. If I had a male friend and he was causing any disruption in my life right now, I'm like, sorry, dude. Like, sucks. So, whatever. But I guess good luck with that. Please don't bother me with it. I don't have time. I don't have energy. I don't have the bandwidth for it. There's only a few people. We're talking about internet friends, especially. There's like a few people in my life, Jim Jatras, Buck Johnson, Matt Erickson, just to name three, who I will go to the wall for. You pick a fight with any of those three guys, I'm going to show up, because those are my friends. They've done a lot of help for me, not asked for anything, just out of the kindness of their own heart. Help the show, help me, just even talking, things going on in my life. I can talk to Buck, I can talk to Matt, that's valuable. Obviously I don't bring things to their doorstep often, if ever, but sometimes things happen and they ask a question, hey, what's going on with that? I'm like, well, let me fill you in. Those are my 3 a.m. friends, and it's odd because I've never met these men. I've done shows with them. I've talked to them online or offline or something like that many times, but right now in my life three of the closest people in my life are people who I've never actually physically met. That's an interesting phenomenon in the modern age. Novinsky,
You're too stupid to get.
good to see you, my friend. I haven't seen you in a while. Jason says, wait, sorry. Rip saying here. Rip says, man, I just watched this on 2X while I was waiting for your stream to start, Myron. What an asshole I am. Jason says, I remember when Andrew was doing Politically Provoked with Brittany before his Crucible channel. Then he and Pedro focused on Crucible. Zen Shapiro was a good times, and Andrew's been 100% consistent. Yeah. Yeah, he's been around for a bit. He's been around for a minute.
Get it? Then there's no point in working with you. And if you stick a knife in my back,
I'll be right back.
That's the end of it. Now, I don't ever do the revenge thing. I never go for repercussions. I never do any of that. I do the worst possible thing that you could ever do to a person, which is I just cut off all contact with them. That's it. That's usually the worst possible thing you could ever do to people who stick a knife in your back. So that usually works the best for me. Now, the original How to Lose Friends and Burn Bridges was a video I did about a year ago on Alex PWF, who decided that he was going to go to a panel that I was not on and talk about me with his friends on that panel when I wasn't around. Felt like a pretty brutal betrayal of a guy who, if you go and sort his videos by most popular...
Keep the super chats coming, post, by the way, because I need some beer money, because I'm now on number 3, and, you know...
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers. Oh, no. 5 beers. Oh, no. 6 beers. 7 beers. 8 beers. 9 beers.
And we got a goal up there. Goal! Imagine that was going for 45 seconds. We got a goal up in the super chats. Send on over to YouTube. Or, even better,
The best there was and the best there ever will be.
Kenneth the Rainmaker Wells, $5. My goodness, thank you, Kenneth. Don't let Kenneth do all the heavy lifting, folks. Kenneth is like almost single-handedly financing this show. Come on now. Find the inner Kenneth in you. Send me $5. It's not a big deal.
live streams, guess what you find? The exact same thing. A lot of people who cut a nice hog off of me who just can't help. They just can't help themselves. And this is why I always say, too, never trust an e-girl. Never, ever trust an e-girl. Because it's not even that they're malicious. They just don't get it. And you can't explain it to them.
Shoreline Skirret, $19.99, $20. Appreciate you, my friend. You get a and Rip, $2.
The best there was and the best there ever will be.
Get yourself a ding and a
Thank you, baby.
thank you.
Can never explain it because they just don't understand it. Now, the last message I sent to Sarah was, remember nepotism. Nepotism is how you stay successful in this world. Nepotism is how you stay successful. They just don't understand. And I don't know how else I can explain it. So we're going to dive into this. Let me give you a little bit of backstory here, because I didn't know exactly what was going on until I dove in and learned what was going on. I'm going to give you a little...
Strap in, folks. We're going to be here for a little bit. This is a 35-minute video. We'll get through most of it, I think, because it's important for background. And again, I think it's also important to understand the relationship between Andrew and Rob, and why these kind of relationships, especially in the online world, where these aren't standard friendships, right? These aren't, you grew up a guy, you went to high school with him, or you went to college, or he's your work guy, and you have that relationship. I don't know if Rob and Andrew have even physically met. I probably have. I don't know. But let's say they haven't. So this is a friendship that is beyond money or business deals or the rest of it. And that's critical, I think, for men going forward. Is like you need to surround yourself with some people, both online and off, who are going to go to the bat for you. Good night, Gorilla Biscuit. God bless you. Appreciate you, man. We'll see you soon.
A little bit of backstory so that you understand what's happening here. Okay, now I'm not going to be able to stop this systematically in order to explain more backstory to you. So you're either going to be here at the beginning of the stream and get it, or you're not. What's happening?
School of Thought says, "How is everyone tonight?" Everyone's good, man. I think so. How's everyone doing? Because we're I'm drinking some beers.
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers. Oh no. 5 beers. Oh no. 6 beers. 7 beers. 8 beers. 9 beers.
What?
Happening here, what you're seeing is Rob Knorr, who is in a debate panel with Radical Coder, the Powder Dusty, stupidest name ever.
Will Emmanuel says the nepotism thing, similar idea to what Jason was saying about to Rob about mostly talking to EO. Yeah. This idea of organic growth, or we're all going to be, we're all going to work together. F that, man. Both my inner and basically outer circle are all Orthodox now. Because here's the thing. One of the most important things about religion, and sharing religion is this. I don't have to know you. I have to know anything about you. Maybe you're the worst Orthodox Christian in the world. I am. So can't be that. You're the second worst. I'm the worst. You're the second worst. Competing for that honor. But we're at the bottom line is that we're probably both legitimately trying to be better than the worst every day. That I can trust. I can trust in your desire to not suck. Because I'm trying to do that too. So at least we have that in common. And we have a shared frontima, a worldview, a conceptual basis of morality. Like I said, I have no business relations with Andrew Wilson. I never talked to the man. I think I talked to him briefly on a panel once. Like, we don't have anything together. I've had his wife Rachel on before. Hopefully we'll have her on as a guest again for a new series we're coming out with soon. Keep an eye out for that. Maybe we'll have Andrew on. That'd be great. But I'm not. The thing is, I'm not asking for anything. I'm not expecting anything. I don't want anything. But he's an Orthodox Christian. I got his back. Baseline. Why? Because he's an Orthodox Christian. I'm trying to be an Orthodox Christian. He's an Orthodox Christian. All of a sudden, like, okay, we're Team Ortho. I got your back, brother. That's important. It's important to know you have an internal and external community. And I can't give anything to Andrew. I'm not asking for anything from Andrew. At the same time, if I ever saw something happening online or somewhere I could help, I just would. Sight unseen. At the very least, I would never throw him under the bus.
Nova Star and its
or Rob or anyone who's in his orbit.
Moderated by this gentleman here, Trippy. Okay? That's what's happening. That's what you're looking at. Now, what happened is Rob, who is a world-class debater, literally world-class debater, has been up against the best in the world and beat them, is a valued actor.
Force Singer says, talking about a video, talking about a video? Talking about a video, talking about a video. Talking about a video, talking about a video, talking about a video, talking about a video. Video.
Damn!
Asset to the Crucible because, well, he has this particular job that he's really good at. As stupid leftist to orbit and become dominant forces online, he catches them before they can and beats them down into the ground where they belong verbally. That's what he does.
We're talking last show about win conditions. And again, I haven't talked to Andrew explicitly about this, but it sounds like both Andrew and Rob have a win condition in mind, which is, look, the left is going to lose completely and totally. I won't even bring up a liberal frame and all the rest of it, right? That's a separate conversation and a much more bigger meta conversation. But ground rules this, right? Here's your situation on the ground that needs to be addressed, that needs to be dealt with. Okay, well then deal with it. And you have to deal with it politically. This is my other thing about the political piece and the young Republicans. It's like, and everyone has their thing, like, oh, they shouldn't have done this and shouldn't have done that. I'm like, yeah, fine, fair. Yeah, you're right. I can agree with you on a principled level, but on a political level, you got to play the game, man. And you play the game to win. You play the game to destroy the enemy. It's not just an opposing side. It's not just like two teams like, ha ha ha, you win one, I win one. Sometimes I get the pennant, sometimes you do. No. We're in war. So the opponent is now the enemy. The enemy must be destroyed. Finale. Not physically, because we have transcended that necessity through a political system. So what you do is you destroy their power base. You get rid of their money. Get rid of their presence. You get rid of their prestige. You basically make it so that if anyone even says the word Democrat, everyone goes, ugh, ugh. Like the Green Party. Ugh, 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 ugh. Those losers? You don't want to be associated with that. Because look at who they have. Look at this panel. Look at the Mensa members on this panel. You know, other than Rob, everyone else here ain't doing nothing. Ain't changing nothing. Ain't bringing any new ideas to the table. Are, I think, incapable of it. They're just going to rapid fire ChatGPT points. They're easily replaceable.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Spartan up north. Look at you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, my friend.
And he's really good at it. Now, it's a pretty thankless job. But that's what he does. These pop their head up, and he plays whack-a-mole with them. They pop their head up, hey, I want to be a big lefty star, and Rob is right there to smack their ass right back down and says, no, you're not. No, you're not. And absolutely savages them back into their stupid little hidey holes from which they came. It's a very thankless job, but he's really good at it. Really good at it. And for that, Rob, we thank you. Now, he decided, since Rob is a popular streamer, and he actually has quite a large audience, considering how badly he's been blacklisted all over the internet, he decided that he would go on and do yet another debate where Radical Coder, who's popping his head up for the purpose of some type of prominence, and he's doing what he does best, which is to bash them about the head and shoulders verbally. And
First Stringer says, I dry heave the word liberal even. Yeah. That's what it's got to be, right? It's got to be for everyone who even hears the word, you have to have a visceral reaction like, I don't want to be that. Nope. Just like what they did to the Enzis, right? And the fascism, blah, 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 right? People are allergic to it. Flat earther. Just if you're associated with that, people should be going, there's a stink here. The stink of stupid is too strong. We need to move on, right? No one wants to be affiliated with you. No one wants to invite you to the parties. No serious person is ever going to have anything to do with you. That's what you want to reduce your political enemy to. A laughing stock, a joke, a bad memory. And one of the ways you do that is by essentially defeating anyone who's coming up who might ever have an audience. Now, Destiny himself probably wouldn't have even have an audience if it wasn't the fact that he was, I think he was, what was it called, Justin TV, before it became Twitch. So he's been around for a long time and kind of building that. And he knows how to play the game. He plays the media game very, very ruthlessly well. That's the other thing, too, for a lot of people coming up in this. You have to understand the kind of mentality or the kind of person you have to be, generally speaking, in order to make it in that business. Andrew Wilson, as far as I can tell, and as far as everyone has taught me about, Jay Dyer's another one, who seem to be breaking that mold. And the reason they can break that mold, obviously enough, is they're Orthodox Christians. They have some no-go places. They're not going to go certain. They're not even going to mentally. Well, maybe mentally they'll go there thought-wise, but they have brakes on their train, which is important. Because otherwise, if you don't, you end up like Sara Tomato.
Stuff them back into their coom hole where they belong. In this particular exchange,
because you best check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Beginning of this panel, Rob wanted to give these people a taste of their own medicine. I had a bad feeling in how she moderated the last debate. Yeah.
Send me some money over on Streamlabs as well, as folks. I need to buy some tobacco. So send on over Streamlabs. There's a link in the chat, in the description, all the things. I'll add it to the list. I appreciate it. I think I got $20 so far. Appreciate that. I need another 20. Send me another 20 so I can buy another pack of smokes and not be a miserable a-hole for the rest of the day.
Anyway, he wanted to give them a taste of their own medicine. And so what he did on this particular panel is he wanted to demonstrate for them that it's necessary to have people like him on, world-class debaters who are prominent, know people, and have a good following, that if you f with those guys, right, your bread and butter from most of these non-tent makers, and what I mean by non-tent is they rely on other people 100% for all of their content.
Let me just explain this a little bit because I was confused the first few times I was listening to this. So Rob's on this channel. I think it was Trippy Cat's channel. You know when you say certain words, and this is sort of like the pronoun things. That's why I didn't like it, because it's like if you ever did say those things, it's like, now I'm gay. Oh, great. Now I'm gay. How'd this happen? I wasn't gay before. Now I said they, them, and now I'm gay now. Or Zer, now I'm gay. What? So it's like the same thing. Trippy Cat, what? Why am me, a grown-ass man with a very prominent mustache, saying the word Trippy Cat like as a serious thing? It's disgusting. Anyways, so Rob's on this channel having this debate with his panel, right? I think it's like 1 versus 4 or whatever the heck is going on. And then they were live streaming this on a different channel that Sara was on. I guess the Panelverse channel, which is also live at the same time. This wasn't a private thing. This is out there. And this is when Sara's saying some stuff. So I'll just set that up because it can get a little confusing. Like, what channel is this and whatever? I don't know.
Content. None of them are standalone creators like myself or Rob. Sure, we can rely on people for it, but we don't.
Bill says, I need to buy me some more. Oh, Jesus. Dopamine precursor. Help me quit tobacco. And now I've started smoking again. Oh, well, I should check that out. To Jason says, imagine Trippy Chuck Now Cat. That would be an improvement.
Don't have to. We can have people on the show. We don't need them. We can do solo shows. We can do debates. It doesn't really matter. We're just awesome at what we do. So anyway,
I mean, just keep this in mind, right? Andrew's got a dono goal thing at the bottom of his screen here, and over the course of this video, that thing is going to fill up. I think it fills entirely up. I don't know if it's over the entire course of the video, but in this, at least in this clip, it gets over halfway there. So he's pulling in on any given stream 3 to 5,000 USD a stream.
Damn.
$2. That's all I ask for you folks. It's $2. Buy a membership or something. It's nothing.
Back to the story at hand. Back to the story at hand. To teach these guys a lesson about the moderator from Trippy here, Rob decided that he would stay on the panel, mute himself, right, and just allow these guys to continue with the boring panel that they had planned and show them that without him, it was not going to be a very good one. And, well, he was right. He was right. Now, interestingly enough, why do I give a shit about this? Well, I don't. I don't give a shit if this guy's a bad moderator. I don't give a shit if Rob Knorr lost a debate or won a debate. I don't give a shit about any of that because, frankly, it's none of my business, right? Rob can debate where he wants, who he wants. Him coming to work for the Crucible, we had the deal up front that Rob can do whatever content he wants, and I'm not going to interfere, and I never have. Not my business. So I don't care about any of that.
Jason says, Andrew pulls in 3K easy per stream. I've seen him pull 10K in one dono and 20K in one stream before. My goodness.
Damn.
And hello, Spud Ruckus. Appreciate you being here.
I don't give a shit about any of these people who are over here talking mad as they send trolls after Rob after this debate. I don't care about that either. Only care about one thing, which is this person here. You may know her as Sara the Tomato, who, honestly, the truth is, only has a channel which is beginning to rise to prominence, due 100,000% to the Crucible, and one Andrew Wilson. That's it. Nope. 100% due to us. That's it. Not even in dispute that this is the case. Now, why is it that...
How you doing, Harry? Good to see you.
That Sara would be on a panel while all of these other non-tent maker anonymous idiots are sending trolls over to Rob's channel and participate?
I believe it, Bill. I believe that he could easily hit 10K.
And contributing to that when she knows how important Rob Knorr is to the Crucible and how much of a valued team member he is. I have no idea.
Oh, we're talking about like one donation was 10K. Wow. Spyro Forlopoulos was the 10K dono 2 years ago on Christmas. Oh, God bless that. Hey, reach out to Spyro. Tell him to come over to the show. Give him I'll buy him a throne.
Yeah, but that was the stupidest thing that she's probably ever done. Because what you don't do is go on somebody else's panel and go after your own people. That's the opposite of nepotism. A very stupid move. Can all these people talk with impunity? Sure. Do I give a No. Never commented on it before? Because, frankly, they're fleas on our ass.
Oh, it'll be a throne, Bill. Beautiful, gold, amazing, wow.
They're meaningless.
Yes, my Donald Trump is just Christopher Walken. Wow, amazing. People, look, it's crazy. It's a golden throne. How sit in it, please.
Okay, totally meaningless people on the internet.
Harry says Sara may be done, but Rob is annoying sometimes. We're all annoying sometimes. I'm annoying sometimes. We're all. It's a tough thing to talk constantly, man. And Rob has that Pittsburgh thing going on, right? So it can sometimes be. Sometimes it doesn't have to be speaking voice; it can be just be tone. But I think, look, any minor complaint I have about Rob, even his political views, is novel. I basically. Everything I've heard him talk about and stuff like that, we're basically simpatico on everything that is major, crucial, and important.
And they've made a zero dent in society ever with anybody. They've never made a single dent. This idiot's been streaming as long as I have. This one longer than me. And they've never made a single dent. Except, of course, Rob, who has done a lot and been in some of the largest, most brutal Bloodsport debates which you could ever find online.
Bill says both Harry Ludwig and myself are never annoying. This is true. Never. Never once. Never once in the history of mankind were ever Bill Hicks and Harry Ludwig ever annoying.
Fine. He's been on Tim Pool. He's been on massive shows, right? He's the only one here who, in the greater scheme of things, even matters. That's it. And also, very close friends with me. And he's an employee of the Crucible.
Yeah, I mean, put it in context. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 people on this panel, right? Now, I don't know if Ryan here has his own channel. He might. I don't know if Nova has her own channel. She might. But Trippy Cat, I'm going to go check. I can guarantee you that Trippy Cat and Powder Dusty's total subscriber count, if that's the number we want to go by, or presence online, it's not even a thimble compared to Rob. Rob's been on Tim Pool. Rob's been on major shows. I'm sure in a year or two he'll be on Piers Morgan and many of those other places. He's got that caliber. He can talk and defend an idea. So yeah, he's a rising star. So if you're gonna crap on him when you have no leverage, when you're the hungry ones. Now that doesn't mean you're on a panel with him, you're debating him. It doesn't mean obviously you're gonna have an adversarial relationship. That's fine. But be respectful, because you kind of want Rob to like you, or at least not dislike you. You kind of want him to do business with you, show up on your show, debate you, whatever. You want that, because without that, you have to generate yourself. And no one wants to listen to Powder Dusty by himself. Just doesn't happen. I watched one of his panel shows briefly, and it was just the most horrible thing. Oh my goodness!
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
What is this? Shoreline skirt, $99.99.
Damn!
Thank you, brother. Thank you. You get yourself a ding. I what do I have on this? Let's acknowledge.
Acknowledge me.
Let's acknowledge Shoreline Skrit. Man, thank you. That it's not even just the money. You know that? It's not even just the money. The money we need. The money is necessary, and I appreciate that. It's the vote of confidence. That's what's humbling. And yeah, thank you, man.
Damn! Damn! The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Why does it do that?
Now, what?
You get a woo. Shane Seward, $9. Thank you for all the streams. Thank you, my friend.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Appreciate that. Appreciate you folks.
What you're about to see is Sara the Tomato here setting her feet on fire to warm up her hands. I have no idea why she decided to do this. You have no idea the opportunities which have been extended to her through me, right? But it's my own fault. I take full responsibility for all of this. So here's Sara's useful aspect of what she does. She books me debates. That's it. I adhere to the moderation of the debate because that's what I do. That's the relationship, right? And I've always said for people who support us, we'll support them. A lot of these very obscure channels get a lot of subs and get a lot of cash because of that. I mean, a lot. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. You don't come for the very people who are at the forefront who provision you, make it possible. She's about to have a big 20,000 sub party. Well, that's great.
Nope. Hang on, wait. Let's do the live check. Live check. It was at 16.6 when we started the show. Still at 16.6. Let's see if it'll actually fall by a number by the end of the stream. Harry says, "I love Sarah's eyebrows." She always looks surprised. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Woo, what? Whoa, what's going on?
That's great. You're welcome. My only business here is why it would be that she would be on a panel that's not hers, criticizing and laughing as they send trolls to Rob North's channel, who we spent significant amount of resources to grow and make sure.
Her hair looks like a wig. Now, normally, guys, ladies, normally I would say, hey, be nice. Let's not attack some poor wannabe MILF, over the hill MILF's appearances. That's usually out of bounds for me. However,
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers. Oh no. 5 beers. Oh no. 6 beers. 7 beers. 8 beers. 9 beers.
so game on. Let her ride in the chat.
Had enough of a force so that he could play whack-a-mole with up-and-coming leftists.
It's getting hot in the chat. Jason says her intros are obnoxious too. Yes. And her interruptive clips like women dismounting a horse. Like, what is that? Why? Yeah. No, I agreed. And there's like weird thirst trap. She puts like gay shirtless men as a timeout thing. Because she's lonely and desperate. Desperate housewives, but she's not a housewife. Yeah, just a desperate. She's cut out the housewife thing and just gone right to desperate.
So let's dive in and watch the complete kerfuffle as this woman.
Oh, Harry is like white knighting for her. Her hair is fine, says Harry.
Damn.
Completely
And Harry, thank you so much. Harry's gifting some memberships. Good lordy. Thank you so much, my friend.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Let's play it out. We're going to get a few membership alert boxes. We should be good. There we go. Bill Hicks says her intros and her outros are terrible. And those interruptions, equally terrible. Horrible. Deplorable. Infidel! You make me sick. Sarah Tomato, infidel. She make me sick, this infidel. It's like bad mint tea. Infidel.
All working relationship with yours truly forevermore.
There's a clip. Let's run the memberships out. Thank you, Harry.
Well, I don't know. How should I say this, Star?
Isn't she doing DebateCon? Oh, no. Oh, you're right. Oh, my God. Oh, how would we ever be able to coordinate DebateCon without her? Mantid will be taking over DebateCon. No problem. We'll switch the coordination right to Mantid. That was a great opportunity for Sara. Not for me. We got a great staff. My staff will take that over in 5 seconds. I'll pay her out what I promised her for DebateCon. Done.
You should kick Rob off the panel.
I would.
I swear to God.
I would.
Yeah, you should kick Rob off the panel. The biggest guest this guy's ever had. You should kick him off the panel because this guy, who's a nobody and will never be anything ever, has said so. Because what? He's like the king of the panel verse. He's the mucky muck. He's something. He's somebody.
I would probably.
It's just bad business, anyways. Like, whatever your personal little weird group chat thing is, and you all have your own little, circle jerk, fine. Yeah, whatever, man. You have your thing, right? But this is business. Is this a business to you or not? Because if this is your business, this is a horrible way of conducting business.
Probably do, and then
Greasy.
close it
Exactly. Be
probably
right back.
shortly after, unless somebody's
I'll put this
going
on
to
the
take
board.
somebody's place.
Unless somebody's going to give me an extraordinarily high amount of money to drop Rob. That'd be great. It would go to mom's medication. Look this up.
So Tippy asking, because Rob's not participating at this point in the panel, Tippy doesn't exactly know what to do. He doesn't know if he should drop Rob or not drop Rob. He's in quite the conundrum here. Conundrum 1, if he drops Rob, he's lost any potential audience he might have because none of these have one. So he's trying to hold out. Tippy's trying to hold out. He's like, well, maybe I can make a little bit of money from somebody at least, and that way when I drop Rob, it won't be a complete bust. I don't blame him. Isn't it funny, though, that I taught all of these channels, all of them, how to even make money with their channels? I taught every one of them, either directly or indirectly, how to even make money with their channels on YouTube. Idiots.
No need. I wouldn't want to step on Ryan's time. If it's my turn to speak, let me know. Otherwise,
So you're going to passive aggressively crash out.
Trippy, I would be happy to make it up to you and Nova Star to come on and talk to you guys. I'll rate.
Rob says to Trippy here, Trippy, I'll be happy to come back on and make this up to you. Okay? I get it. This didn't work out. It's not necessarily your fault. I'll come back and make it up to you, but these guys.
Over to your channel, everyone that's watching, no problem. But for now, everyone.
The panelverse transcends business. Yeah, it's true. See you, Marin. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming in. Yeah. Well, that's just it, right? That's why these people aren't serious. I think they think that if they're all banded together, that they will get these numbers because they're all part of a group, right? We're all together on this, man. What's the goal? What's the goal, panelverse? What's the worldview you're trying to promote and produce in the world? If nothing else, they have no new ideas. There's not a new idea or a new concept. They couldn't even formulate one. They couldn't verbalize a new idea. They just go back to what status quo is. I remember being on a panel with Powder Dusty and bringing up, the bond market and all this stuff, and he's like, "No, that's not going to happen. I'm an economist." Well, okay, economist. Explain Japan then, idiot. If you just want to just reproduce standard status quo talking points in 2025, after we've just gone through the last 5 years of non-standard BS. Hey, go back to 2016, Trump winning the election. Non-standard things that weren't supposed to happen, started happening. And you go, well, we can just go back to the stats and blah, 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 blah. Bullshit. Bullshit. Start thinking outside the box. Start looking at other things. Hey, maybe sometimes you're going to be wrong, or you might follow analysis and go, well, that's a dead end. But at least you're thinking. At least you're looking around going, hey, obviously things aren't comporting to reality the same way that reality was for the last little bit. And maybe what you have to actually start questioning is what I consider reality before. What's the legitimacy of these things? Is the reality that I used to live in, was it that really real? Was that real capital R reality? Or was it some sort of liberal frame bullshit that I grew up with, was presented with, never challenged, never had a reason to, or never thought I had a reason to, and then all of a sudden George Floyd protests in Montreal. Speaking personally. Screw that. Don't tell me that everything's just following standards and practices. That no, this is how things are supposed to work out. No, it's fine. The legal system's fine. All these things are fine. No. It's just trust the system. It'll be okay. Fly up your fucking ass.
Needs to be educated in the fantastic wisdom of Ryan. He clearly has so much to say. So I'll sit in the back until it's my turn to speak again.
Did he rate them?
Go ahead.
Look, and we can criticize Rob Strat here, but if you're being constantly talking over, and the moderator here, who's invited you on as a guest, isn't doing the standard thing that you should be doing, which is trying to hold peace. When I was doing the Friend or Fed panels, right? I'll share this story. There was one where I had Charles Haywood and Tom 77 on the same panel, and they started disagreeing to the point where I won't say who, someone was getting upset, and I had to like figure that out, right? And that wasn't a debate. It wasn't set up as a debate. Just feelings started getting hurt, and I had to like figure things out on the fly and massage things so everyone could finish the show. That's what you do as a host or as a moderator. When you're hosting a panel, your job is not to have opinions or even talk. It's to make sure the whole thing flows, and everyone gets to talking. Everyone gets to talk. So something to look out for. I think it's happening this Thursday, but we'll get the full confirmation in hopefully by later today or tomorrow. Bring back. I had a show called Meet the Based. I'm redoing it as Meet the Blessed. It's like Meet the Press, but blessed. And the lineup we have tentatively should be going through this Thursday, but again, follow me on X and get the notification. Will be Buck Johnson, Jim Jatras, and Jay Dyer. And the idea, of course, will be coming in with those three guys, and presenting a few news stories and concepts and ideas, and we're going to be talking it out for about an hour to 90 minutes. And that's going to be the weekly show, new panel show, all Orthodox creators, all Orthodox content, news, culture, analysis, but done through an Orthodox lens. And my job as the moderator is to make sure this is going to go swimmingly. Now, the nice thing is, because we're all Orthodox, well, at the very least, we're all going to be trying to be brothers about things, right? We all bottom line want to support each other. That's one thing I was missing before. That I thought the ideology of being the DR and all that stuff was going to take care of it. No. It's not enough. You need a phronema. You need a community. You need something. You need a binding glue. You need a regio. Not just for civilization, but even interpersonal relationships. So, look out for it. It's going to be the new panel show. And hey, anyone knows Andrew Wilson, anyone's got a line or is any kind of chat to Andrew, tell him to come my way. I'll reinvent Friend or Fed as a debate show. And we'll do a weekly show. We'll Sara who. We'll do Friend or Fed as debate. We'll restructure it and do a debate show that no one else is doing. None of this stupidness where everyone's disrespectful and talking over each other and nothing's getting done. No new ideas, no new concepts, no new nothing, anything, ever. That's what I find the most offensive thing about it. It's everyone's trying to be me. I'm so smart. I'm right. You're wrong. I'm right. You're wrong. But there's nothing new being developed out of this. There's no win condition. So even if you're right and you win the debate, what have you done? Have you changed anything? Have you made the audience think a new thought? Scoreline Skirt says no 10-minute intros. I've never had a 10-minute intro. Even the intro for this show is like 5 minutes. And I have a skip point. It's on there on screen. Easy. And it's a good song. And you get to watch some cool videos. I mean, it's a nice thing. Although I might, let me know in the chat or comments, if you find the intro too long, I will cut it down to like a minute or 30 seconds or something like that. But
Just so you know,
I doubt it, and he's crying like a right now.
Now, you see, these people on this panel are talking. What you can't see is that this individual right down here is Sara the Tomato. It's not that she's not saying anything. It's that soon she will just have to join in on the pile-on as they begin sending trolls over to Rob's channel after this.
Once again, I guess I'll respond once again. Rob, as you can all tell, is not engaging. He is not demonstrating that there is a governor who is refusing.
There's nothing to engage with, you dipshit. If you're just going to keep just rapid firing something, and then every time Rob goes, well, hang on a second, there's this, and you go, no, which is basically the response. Well, that's not a debate. You can't just like rapid fire off all your like pre-planned, pre-memorized little ChatGPT points, and then when you have a rebuttal, You can't just be like, no, that's wrong. You never read it. No, no, no. Or try to find the one exception, the one little thing that maybe Rob didn't cover, or the one I that doesn't get dotted, and go, see, there's your problem. Oh, you didn't dot that I. Now your entire argument is invalid. What kind of faggotry is this? Well, that's basically what these guys do. It's a destiny tactic, and it's disgusting.
To follow a federal court order. He is not demonstrating that ICE.
I'd love they're together one-on-one to see if he's still engaged.
He's not demonstrating that ICE is incapable of carrying out their duties, or the police are incapable or unwilling them to carry out their duties. He's not showing that the courts are not working. He's not showing this to Little Rock.
People can't even afford non-stuttering internet. You see how beautiful this stream is? Isn't it gorgeous? It's crisp. Looks professional. Got great audio, handsome host. It has everything you could ever want. These can't even seem to get a panel together that doesn't stutter the entire time.
Just asserting that because of some bastardized standard of the Insurrection Act that he has engaged with by debating.
Good man to stand behind a brother. Bros before hoes. Simple. How many times have I told you, people? How many times?
Just advice for any future streamers out there. Do some effort. A little bit of effort. Learn OBS. Like, it's hard. It's a sucky thing. I went through the growing pains this entire year, but it pays off. Like, do the effort so that whatever content you're putting out there should at least kind of look interesting a little bit. People can look at it and go, oh, well, he's done some work. As sophomoric and as like whatever it is, it's something. Bill Hicks says, I think there's a real need for open panels with actual moderation. I'm considering getting into it. Do it, man. I couldn't do an open panel. Open panels to me just, no. I'm not that interested. But hey, man, if you could put it together and make it happen, I would check it out. I'd buy that for $1.
I don't even give a shit if Rob was 100% in the wrong. I don't even care if he was. When your boy gets up at the bar, you get up with him. It don't even matter if they're in the wrong. Now, he's not in the wrong, but even if he was in the wrong, I don't care. We're in an ideological war, and we're not punching right. It ain't happening.
Important call back to last show, talking about AA, and the enemy to the right is the right, because if you constantly have these conceptions, no win condition, and basically all you really want, your win condition is to go back to your life as it was in 1995 and go rent some games at Blockbuster and have, a nice, moderately upscale life. Well, that's not what's on the offering. Your personal sovereignty is not on the table unless you put it on the table. Aggressively so.
That's
much left-wing streamers that he can now invoke the Insurrection Act.
Harry says, just ended my relationship with Sara. Though enjoyed being on her open panel. Well, many things about her open, I'm sure.
Based on that standard,
where's the handsome host?
Which is very silly, but if he doesn't want to engage, I mean, that's on him. Like, I think it's a bad idea, and I think it's very.
This is a convoluted explanation. Well, go to your channel and tell your 5 viewers about it.
Clear it's a bad idea. It's going to be, as Dusty was explaining very well, it's an escalation, and we're obviously going to see escalation. There's going to be more and more people who are protesting. There's going to be more and more people who are potentially even breaking laws and they're protesting or even engaging in violence. The police will likely continue to crack down on that as they have been, thankfully, because they are able to
blah 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 blah.
Send the military.
Put them up together.
Stop. Okay, I'm taking off. Thanks for having me.
The only worst thing in the world than someone who's talking like boring nonsense is someone who's talking like rapid boring nonsense. It's just like cicada, like have a point. Not the one on your head. Get to a point. Anything. What is your point? What do you want to say? What is the whole purpose of what you're saying? Condense it.
Let him up together. He's not listening again.
This is why AI is going to win, because of jackasses like this. Because you imagine having to listen to this Spurg for 5 minutes. Like, can you AI just grok this, man? Oh, okay. Oh, that's nonsense. Then great, cool, awesome.
No, why?
Because Rob's punking all of us, and he's trolling, and he's being disrespectful, and I don't know why any of you are still taking it seriously.
There's another word that's going around these days. I keep seeing it pop up. So I know it's kind of reached buzzword levels. It's usually kind of like, new word of the day. Someone's like learned a new word, and now they're using it often, so it can be theirs. But it's disingenuous.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
What? Shane? Were you supposed to have Thomas 777 around recently? What happened with that? I was going to get him on with Jim, and then there was a conflict in scheduling, and then I just haven't got around to it. That's basically it. Looking to get an EM Burlingame on soon. I've had my mother down visiting for the last month or so. She goes back next week, back to Canada. So that's really kind of thrown all my scheduling completely out of whack. So there's that. But yeah, I would like to have Thomas back on, even just for conversation. I want to get at the end of the day interviews back in schedule. So that's something that's going to happen. Thank you for everyone who's been bearing with me for the last year. I know it's been a slog. It's been a slog for me too, right? A lot of things going on a personal level. So when we're dealing with sort of inflammation pain, there's just some days you just lose. I can lose a whole week sometimes just because getting anything even minor done is a real challenge. So there's just that, So yeah, but keep an eye out. Follow me on X is always the best way of doing it. So any new shows or new guests and all that stuff will be announced there. And I do have plans for at least for next year. I think this year has been a year. to put it as kindly as I can put it. It's been a year, man. And I'm starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel in many different directions, and I'm very hopeful that next year we go from struggling to striving. So
that's right. What Rob did was he gave you an object lesson. All of you are nobodies, and this isn't me being arrogant. I'm going to state the objective truth. In the greater scheme of things, I'm a nobody as well. In the larger scheme of things, it's scalable. Compared to many people like Steven Crowder, I'm a nobody. It's all scalable. But you're at the bottom of that scale. You people are at the very bottom of that scale. So yes, while scalable, and I agree that it is, okay, what you did was you just kicked off the only person there who even had an audience to even view any of you stupid talking about the you're talking about. It's a good object lesson for you in how you treat guests.
A decent idea, a decent recheck for all these people to always remember. I do this sometimes too. There's guys like Asmongold, which is always a good one to pay attention to because he's got millions of people listening to him every day and has way more impact than any of us probably ever will. So it's more important to get your ideas up, right? If you're just regurgitating other people's ideas, at least try to be entertaining about it and be as gracious and as kind and as open as possible, because that's the only way you're going to succeed. If you're trying to generate new ideas, then chances are the best thing to do is get other people who are much more bigger and much more well-positioned to say those things. I've said this before, is that if I ever hear Tucker Carlson say Vengeful Son, we win. not me, not just it's then there's connection. And I'm just saying one of the things I talk about, but it's more important that he says it than I get recognition for it. Asmongold. What these guys don't understand is that, look, on an average out there on YouTube, there are cat videos who get millions of views. So whatever little personal best you've ever achieved, it's not that impressive compared to a cat video.
Don't f with them, especially when they have the following that you're counting on to make you the money, you stupid f. Now, this is troll number 1, what you're seeing here, that they sent over to troll Rob Knorr. He's part of this Panelverse Mafia, whatever the f that is. And he just decided to come on and troll Rob, and you'll see him make an appearance back on the panel shortly, while these people mock Rob as this is going on.
Event.
I don't believe you. Anything else?
Is it because there's a doughboy behind me?
No, that looks like Eric Cartman. I don't think he's a doughboy.
Sorry, it was one.
You don't even know your own stupid backgrounds of jokes, huh?
I don't.
Right.
It's like
strike 3.
So you have no advice as far as
I don't have any advice.
Do you go out? Do you engage with protesters? Do you engage with people like in the real world, or is it just online?
I ran for Congress, and you?
Did you succeed?
I did not. And you ran?
I guess I should try, right? Because they could probably.
I bet you do great. I bet you do great. Where do you live, by the way?
That was quite the setup.
What state?
Anytime. Waiting for her to chime in anytime to give a defense here. Or, even better, just not be a part of a panel coming after Rob Knorr.
So what's happening here is, I know Rob is on his own channel, and they're sending trolls over because it's a call-in show. So they're basically sending people from the little Panelverse crew to go try to screw with Rob.
Or that would be good, too. Just, you could try that. You could try just not. You know what? You don't even have to agree or disagree. You could just do what no one has.
And you know what was, extra shitty for Sara is like, why didn't you call in, Sara? Why didn't you show up there and try to take Rob down a notch? I mean, you're going to do it from the safety of a public, so stupid, from a public channel that anyone can watch and listen to. That obviously, I mean, Rob found out about it and found out you're partaking in this. So you're not even trying to hide it, but you don't have the balls enough to pop up on stream and debate Rob directly.
Ever successfully done in their entire life. You could just shut your mouth. You could just do that. She's not going to be able to help herself, though. You'll see. As stupid here decides to troll.
There's a lot more than they do to get into the juicy.
But you can hear this cackling laughter, and you'll never guess who it's coming from.
This me royally.
Send me on over some more money, folks. Appreciate you. Every little bit counts. Send it over to Streamlabs, so it goes right into my pocket or my digital pocket. I appreciate that. I do need to buy some smokes later, so I need $20 sent over on Streamlabs. Make that happen, or on PayPal directly. Links in the description below and in the chat.
Every day for a long time until recently. So ever since I discovered your content.
Life. Is that what you call them?
Harry asks, why is Sara divorced? Do we know her background? I don't ever involve myself in that stuff. Unless someone puts it up publicly and I happen to catch it. I don't ask those questions. That's to me, that's private and personal. What was Louis C.K. bit is that no good marriages ever ended in divorce.
The best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Harry, big $10.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Harry.
Who, my boyfriend?
Yeah.
Depends on the day.
But send it over on Streamlabs if you can, because then that goes right in my pocket and it avoids the whole 30% cut from YouTube. So I appreciate that. But I appreciate it, Harry. Thank you.
Yeah,
sometimes
different
he's
names.
Called Rob Knorr, and he wants me to be called Destiny.
No,
yeah, he calls me
really?
Destiny, and then, I call him Rob. Yeah.
Gee, listen to that laugh. Who's that coming from?
This me royally every day for a long time until recently. So ever since I discovered your content.
Life. Is that what you call them?
Who, my boyfriend?
Yeah.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, he has
sometimes
different
he's
names.
Called Rob Knorr, and he wants me to be called Destiny.
No.
Yeah, he called me
Really?
Destiny, and then yeah, I called him up. Yeah.
Wow, that's it.
Ha 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 ha. What an optics nightmare. It just continues to get worse and worse and worse. Watch for yourself. Ha ha ha.
Well, I mean, Harry, she's divorced, right? Now, look. Marriages end in divorce sometimes. It happens, right? Hey, it's always a possibility. My marriage may end in divorce. Who knows, right? Try not to have that happen. But things happen in marriages, and so I don't really hold divorce in the modern world as a thing, right? We don't know her situation. Maybe her husband was a schmuck. Who knows? We don't have to get into that. I find like people's personal life, we can attack. I don't mind attacking Sarah on a public level because she's put herself out there in public. So things like that, fair game. Private life stuff, that's private life stuff. The champ chip says you look like you lost some weight. Here's the thing, because I have information. Woo! Thank you so much. Tip $10, anonymous. Appreciate you. Because I have inflammation issues, I actually bloat. So I'll go. My weight can change within a day. I can go up and down like 5-10 pounds. No joke. Because I'll blow it out. Because weather. Yeah, it's a thing.
Ha 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 ha. Well, guess what? Ha 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 ha. I know that there are going to be people who say, "Why don't you bring Sarah up to give her side of things?"
Tomatoes can cause inflammation. You're right. It's that sort of acidic. What is it? What's the exact term? Some yada 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 acidic acid.
Why didn't she bring Rob up?
Not anonymous. It's me. Oh, well, it says anonymous. So thank you, Harry.
To give his. She can sit and suffer and watch, just like he had to wake up and suffer and watch her knife him right in the back on a panel that it was none of her business, had nothing to do, it wasn't her show, staying on with these stupid panelverse idiots. Nobodies. They don't even cam up. They're nobody.
And the worst freaking name, Panelverse. What, you're a universe? You're the universal panel? What is that? What is that? Like, why? Let's discuss this for a second. Hang on. Whoa. Time out. Panelverse. Woo! Thank you so much. $20. Chuck Effelstein. Try not to swear. Donated $20. Appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you.
I'm going to be able to buy some cigarettes. I'm a happy man. So, Panelverse. Okay, so it's a panel. Granted. Got it. Cool. Awesome. I mean, but panel itself is a nebulous term. Like, a panel for what? Like, what's a panel about? Like, Panelverse doesn't tell me anything. Meet the Blessed, right? Great name for a show. It's a takeoff of Meet the Press. So even if I explain it, so you go Meet the Blessed, what is that? And then I do the little tagline. It's like Meet the Press, but blessed. And you go, oh, okay, well, maybe you know what Meet the Press is, or you can look up what Meet the Press is. Like, oh, it's a news show. It's a news panel show. Got it. Cool, awesome. Friend or Fed. Doesn't have to explain what it is, but it's a cool tagline, right? It's telling you what the thing is. It's friend or fed, discuss. So it's a cool tag. Those are creative titles. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I happen to be kind of brilliant in that regard. So it's something. It's a draw. Panelverse tells me nothing. Is it a panel about the universe? Are you like into astrophysics? Is it a science panel? What's this thing about? About everything? If it's about everything, it's about nothing. What's the direction? Who do you have on? Are they all leftist, rightist, something, middle of the road, libertarian, whatever? What's your niche? What are you doing? Why should I care? If Rob's not on there, I'm not watching. If someone who I care about is not on there, I'm not watching. There's your problem. It's not, right? Free advice, Panelverse people, if you show up in the show or in the chat or something like that, whatever. I'm actually kind of surprised I didn't have any trolls in this chat, which, good. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Didn't really want to deal with that. But, free advice, little piece of advice. First, the name is gay. Get rid of that. Second, what are you? Why are you? And then what? Answer some questions for yourself, if nothing else. The cheap champ says they should just call it Seinfeld because it's a show about nothing. Exactly. And look at Rip. I make Rip a moderator. There he is doing the work, thanking people in the chat. See? It's good decisions.
Chuckle Wucklin while they send trolls over to try to make an optical spectacle of Rob Knorr. Here's a dirty secret. Rob's a better debater than I am. Not with philosophy. But on normative political issues, Rob's the best I've ever seen. Nobody's even close.
Some high praise.
And he's front and center. He's got his face out there for everybody to ridicule. He's taken on the biggest debates you can imagine. And he's been ridiculed over and over and over again. Blacklisted, everything else. And this stupid dude. This stupid. Yeah, in a philosophical debate, I would just completely rip Rob's face off, and he knows it. But on normative politics, unless he's doing the libertarian.
Yeah, Harry. Fucking do something. Do something, Harry. Come on.
Okay. He's going to have trouble. But he's the best. He's the best, and he's a great commentator. And by the way, I also proudly call him one of my best friends. He's one of my best friends. Like, this guy has been... You can't even imagine how kind this man is behind the scenes, especially to yours truly and my family, and especially when we were in our time of need. There was Rob. Rob is not replaceable. You don't make new Rob Knorrs. I'm never going to be able to sit down with a person and over the years mold them into a brand new Rob Knorr. He's not replaceable. All these idiots, nobody's ever going to know who the they are ever. They stream to 3 to 7 to 10 people if they're lucky, and that's usually from other Panelverse members. They all just watch each other's streams. It's the most pathetic display that you've ever seen. Rob Knorr is not replaceable. He is not a person who can be replaced. You don't get to make a new one.
That's why I just laugh at them. I don't give a fuck.
Dude, you know what, though? This is what I mean, dude. They're trying to stop the cook.
I know. All right, man. Thanks.
Hey, no, don't.
Wilman says, for lack of a better term, you could use the word to describe whatever this is in a casual sentence, but use it as a label with such pride and certainty, layman cringe. Panelverse. You know what this is? Oh, it's a Panelverse. What is it? Panelverse. Panelverse. Power of the Panelverse. It'll destroy you, Panelverse. We are the most panel of all the panels. We are bigger than the universe panel. We're mighty. We're the singularity. Fucking faggotry. You're in all the cool trips, Rip. It's true. He is. Rip gets around, and I appreciate him being in this chat. I feel like I've leveled up now that Rip's in my chat. Along with Bill Hicks and Harry. I'm not playing favorites. I'm just saying, like, Rip's here, so. Lobster Shanty says, the Ortho Avengers, Andrew Wilson, Jim Bob, Jake Rattlesnake, Jake Dyer, and now Rob Knorr. Well, Rob has not converted yet, so he's not Orthodox, but he's certainly in the sphere. He's in the circle. Don't forget Buck Johnson, Jay Dyer, Matthew Erickson. Yours truly. Tommy Salmons. Who else am I missing here? Patrick. I just had my show. He's a friend of mine. Andrew Patrick. Oh, Jesus, sorry. But yeah, we're coming for you, man. We're just getting started. We're just getting started. In the next 4 to 5 years, my friends, ortho circles are going to be dominant. We're going to start crushing. We're already starting crushing. David Patrick Harry, thank you very much. Adam Patrick. All Orthodox. All together. Shoulder to shoulder. Coming for you. We're coming for your kids. We're going to convert them. They're going to be decent. They're going to stand for something. They're going to have meaning. They're not going to have any kind of when they have despondent thoughts, there's going to be a cure for that. We're the hospital. We're going to cure you. We're going to fix you one way or the other. Well, and when I say we're going to direct you to the place where you should go. Go to church. Go to liturgy. Talk to a priest. Do it. Because it's later than you think. Hasten, therefore, to do the work of God. Not just later than you think in terms of the world, the eschaton, the world out there. No, in you. Every day is a gift. Every single day. Treat it as a gift. It's one more day for you to get yourself right. Prepare yourself. Prepare the table. Prepare everything for him. Because he's coming. Study his stuff. Mano, absolutely. Jim Jatras. Tony, hello listener. Provo. Westford. I'm leaving out names. They're all going to be on the show, man. The new panel show, we're going to have all those guys on. Perry, Abassi. The list goes on. Orthodox. We're coming for you.
But dude, listen, bro. They're trying to stop the cook.
Okay.
Like
Well, thank you, man. It's
How long before Rob becomes Orthodox? Only the Lord knows. He will be. I know his wife. He said in a stream, his wife and his wife's Catholic. His son's going to a Catholic school. Rob was brought up as sort of like as a non-denominational, vague Protestant. Went through an atheist phase. He's going to Catholicism. And hey, you know what? Honestly, look, I have my biases, right? I want everyone to be Orthodox Christian. That being said, it's not always the right thing for you at this time. It took me 5 years to set foot in the church. It grows on you. It's something that's going to work on you. So, Rob, I think he's 41. He's got time. Hopefully, he's got many years, many years to come to that. But if he's in the Andrew Wilson sphere, I don't think it's going to be long for him. Conrad Franz, Buck Johnson. I think I said Buck. Conrad Franz, yeah, absolutely.
Ass, bro. You're a fake, and I hope you recognize that.
There we go. Another troll sent over by the all-powerful Panelverse.
No, because hopefully, what I would have envisioned, and I mean, I'm not even bringing up Cyprian, all the church fathers that are prominent online. My vision is this: to set up a media sphere, and not just media, but we'll concentrate on media because that's what I'm working with right now, that is all Orthodox all the time. One-stop shopping. Because one thing I've discovered, I started discovering 5 years ago, and it's really, really hit me in the last year, is that you don't need anything else. And that's not being blindfolds on or blinders. You just don't need it. You don't need all these other people because they're just talking lies, or they're living in a world of lies. They're repeating the mantras of the empire of lies. Why do you need to hear this crap? it doesn't lead you anywhere. It doesn't produce anything. The fruits are barren. We don't have to keep debating Catholics and Protestants and all the rest of it. It's like all we have to do is keep producing by ourselves and with others, and go here. And that's not just right-wing political. No, it's orthodoxy. Orthodoxy produces. It creates. We become models of this truth that you can access yourself anytime you want, and it's free. You just have to go to church. That's all you got to do. Yeah, Mano wants to start an Orthodox Media Network. I would just like to build some sort of ecosystem where it's all Orthodox people feeding all Orthodox people. And the only, I guess, layer of acceptance is just be Orthodox. That's it. You want in the club? Build a debate show, to build these things up. And we can bring in other people who are, non-Orthodox into debate. But in terms of, the ecosystem, how you get that support, how you get those views and all the other things that other people want. You want all this? Well, you got to be part of the group. And being part of the group means getting humble. Posh Redneck, Baron Strawberry, Deacon Ananias. Yeah, Father Deacon Ananias. Buck Johnson is one of the most amazing, beautiful people I've ever known. Buck, when I started as a 2-bit podcast with Mark, like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, I set up an X account for Buck. Just started following me out of nowhere. I didn't even know who he was. It just started following me. I've asked him about that before. He's like, oh, I don't know. I guess I always liked you. And I have Buck. Man, I love Buck Johnson. That's a guy I would run into a burning building with. Not a lot of people I would say that about, but Buck's one of those.
We can tell that it's eating you alive.
Now, mind you, they're watching this live. They're watching this live, sending their trolls over so that they can make live commentary.
Poor Robinson.
To try to humiliate
Jonathan Pajot, Matthew Pajot,
my good friend Rob Knorr. Have you heard a single peep in his defense by Sara the Tomato? Single peep. And by the way, even if she didn't want to speak up to defend our good friend Rob Knorr, she could have just not been there. Here's the thing that's hilarious. I'm just going to
5 Mironchuck gifts, membership gifts have been sent out by Harry. Thank you, Harry.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? Anyone listening to this, present or future, Harry's living on like a shoestring budget. So if Harry can donate to the show, you can too. I see always the same people donating. Again, man, tip of the hat to Shoreline Scrit. We'll do this again.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
It was a heck of a massive dono, man. I appreciate you. But everyone who's in the chat, send $2, $5, buy a membership, gift a membership. I appreciate every little bit of support, and it helps boost the show as well. Rip, okay, I have to go. Good night. Good night, y'all. God bless. God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
We'll see you again soon. Rip. Yeah, Harry's living off $9.20 a month, so appreciate it. Dead Sheep sent 5 Mironchuck gifts. Yeah. Appreciate you, my friend. Let's acknowledge Dead Sheep.
Acknowledge me.
I appreciate you, my friend. Also, can we just say this about Sara the Raging Tomato?
She's retarded.
Didn't even know they use that term anymore. Retarded.
Actually, let's do a check. Let's do a check. Where's she at? Oh, still at 16.6. I want to see those numbers go down, folks. If you know anyone who's ever subscribed to her channel, you got to reach out and go, you should, no, don't do that. That's bad. It's bad. It's toxic. It's a toxic subscription. It'll make your kids go fascist or something. Bill Hicks says, I hate to say it, but Jonathan Pajot is a bit of a covert ecumenicist. I told my subdeacon I was watching his stuff, and he said that he's a clown, in so many words. Later, Jim Bob had a stream where we were reacting to a talk he gave, and yeah, it was bad. Lots of non-canonical takes from that guy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, right? I'll do a whole show on that eventually, but it ties into
Acknowledge me.
When you get into that mindset of, I call it full pew disease, and it's always born out of a good intention, and the good intention is this: that if we find a way to inject these ideas into everything, even nominally, then the world will get better. And we're all about better. It's progression, right? We're trying to get to the better. That's actually not what Christianity proposes. Better in Christianity is not really a place to go. It's like a stripping away of things. You get better when you stop being worldly. When you stop really caring, I use the word care, when you stop involving yourself in the world in that way. When you distance yourself from the world. So that's a different, it's directional. I credit a lot to Father Tibor Qualls for that. That idea of directionality, right? You got to see where the energy's going. And if it's, you might think the energy of Christianity is never out. It's within. It's always you. This is why Father Stephen Rose famously said that the proper position for all Orthodox Christians is to believe that you are the worst Christian possible. You are the problem. Everyone else, you give you forgive and you excuse everyone else's actions, but you are the problem because you can act on you. You can do something about you every day. You can't do anything about everyone else, so don't even think about it. Just take it out of your mind. And one of the problems with this sort of internet space is that when you get promoted to a certain level of prominence and people come to you for advice and they respect you and you're given sort of like acknowledgement.
Acknowledge me.
It gets real hard to maintain humility. Now, I'm not saying that about Jonathan Pajot. I always liked Jonathan for his symbolism talks and stuff like that. I've kind of outpaced him in terms of content, where he's at. But again, sometimes it's like you meet someone, someone's producing content. That content speaks to you while you're at a certain stage. Then you grow past that content. It's not that that person isn't deeper than their content. It's just that that's what they're doing. That's what paying the bills. That's what getting the algorithm excited and all the rest. Yeah. It's a business thing. So, I guess it's this. I wouldn't write him off until I sat down with him. If I ever had a chance to sit down with him, funny enough, before I left Montreal, I wanted to go to the church that he goes to because it was in the South Shore. not where I was living, but I could get there. And we just ran out of time. It was very early in my Orthodox conversion, so I was still kind of like struggling with worthiness and a whole bunch of emotions. It's a regret of mine because I could have gone there probably and met Jonathan, and talked to him then, which would have been an interesting talk. So I'm still holding out. That to either talk to either Jonathan or Mathieu. Jonathan or Mathieu, peut-être. Hey, Jonathan, Mathieu, appelez-moi ça.
Point this out, right? Anybody can do Sarah's job. Anybody can reach out who has a channel, right? Who wants to book debates and invite me to a 1v1 debate with somebody who I'm interested in debating, and I'll go debate there. I'm not particular. Sarah's always been replaceable. That's what's hilarious. She's always been.
Harry asked, "What did you think of his Snow White book?" I haven't got it yet. Maybe I'll get it for my daughter for this Christmas. With kids, it's like it's not so much reading comprehension so that you have to deal with. It's patience. So my daughter's finally get to a point where she can sit through some of that. Bill says, "Yeah, I also liked his symbolism talks. My subdeacon told me that be careful watching his content. I took it on board. When I watched the Jim Bob stream, I understood what he said. That always listen to your priests or your subdeacons or."
Replaceable. Rob Knorr, he's not replaceable. He can't be replaced. He's one of the best that there is at what he does.
I'll say this about Jonathan, though. While he's an Orthodox Christian and he approaches these things from an Orthodox Christian lens in general, I don't think his shows are made for Orthodox Christians, if that makes sense. They're made for non-Orthodox. So he's introducing these terms to people who are Protestant or non-denominational, atheist, whatever. That's a different kind of calling than making Orthodox-centered content. Now, maybe he has, and I've missed that. And certainly he doesn't shy away from it. But I never felt that when I was watching his stuff. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, if I'm watching Father Moses or I'm watching Father Josiah talk, I'm obviously listen to a church father, priest talk about orthodoxy. So there's a difference there as well. Jonathan is not a priest; he's laity, but they're making content for Orthodox people or people who are interested in Orthodoxy. I don't think Jonathan's concentrating on it that way from what I've watched. But I also haven't watched Jonathan's stuff in a bit, so.
I'm not going to find another Rob Knorr. Sarah's are growing on trees. You just walk outside and pick them like they're apples. They're everywhere. There's a million different panel hosts who are out there, a gazillion, in fact. And again, I don't even have anything against any of these people. Whoa. Not a single one of them.
Right here. Hey, hi.
Why? They're not affiliated with us.
How you doing?
They're not people of great import who I respect.
Come on the show.
Right? I don't give a shit what they say. I don't care if Powdered Dusty does a stream tomorrow talking about me all day. I'll still go on a show and do a debate. I don't even fucking care about that. Don't care at all. Not the point. Point is that you don't go out of your way to join in a panel with nobodies like this and troll a channel like Rob Knorr's, talk a bunch of shit about him with these people when all of your bills are being paid by the Crucible. You.
Oh, back in. And Dusty. Look at that. There he is. How's your boys doing, man?
Man, they were funny. They were the best part of the show.
Were you? Did you watch a lot?
I watched a little bit.
Oh.
Well, I watched when people went over, basically.
Oh.
Watched North come over.
You guys are great. That's it. Yeah, we're great.
Well, we're great.
This audience is paying this woman's bills. Not her audience. This audience is paying her goddamn bills. This one. They go after Rob nor you. She didn't just cross the line. She gleefully took a running long jump over it. No.
Does it feel?
Watch, it just keeps getting worse. You'll see. It just keeps getting worse and worse.
Does it feel bad getting blown out in debates all the time and being worthless?
Bro, you're kidding.
No.
You're
kidding. Now the Powder Dusty,
I never get blown out.
who's on this panel currently, is live again with Rob. Right? They're continuing the trolling.
You know that's not what happened.
That's absolutely the one-on-one discussion we had. You weren't even close.
Dude.
You know it. You know it.
No, you're coping.
Yes,
hard.
you know that's
you're
true.
Coping
You're
so
coping hard.
What are you talking about? I'm not coping at all.
Every time,
You know that's
every time I've been in a debate with you, you have either rage quit or tried to rage quit.
Dude, Radical Coder is the best debater I've ever seen. He crushed me, but I f***ed you up. You know it's
I
true.
mean, you're being sarcastic, but you
Not
I'm
anymore.
I'm
And when
I
SB
totally ran.
The guy that they sent over to troll Rob now popping up on this panel. That's really weird. It was like there was some kind of coordinated effort here, because there was, to try to optically make Rob Noor look bad, because there was. It almost seems like Sarah's participating in this, because she is.
Brutal.
Need to go back and see when you went in there again last time.
Well, I want to be the bigger person here and say that we got smoked, y'all. We got to take our losses on the chest. It's true. Even I don't know anything about the guy. I'll be fair here. I just know that he's like a standard conservative. But Ortho, pretty bad showing. The other guy, what's the guy with the hat? Really bad. I mean, that was following that was.
So this is the stuff that drives me fucking crazy, right? I don't even know about the guy. Just standard conservatives. Like, so you're not even trying to change minds. You have no win condition. You have no purpose. You have no phronema. You have no reason for being this thing, this little annoyance, this mosquito that latches on and tries to suck the blood of much more talented people. You have no reason. Like, why are you? What is the purpose? Oh, it's fun, man. Free speech. Shut the fuck up. Pathetic loser. You have this opportunity in the world to use all this technology to reach the entire world, to put your face and name and all the rest of it out there, to try to create an idea, one idea in your entire life, one soluble idea that might move something, put a stone in the water to let the crow drink. Something, anything, minute as it may be, something, nothing. You have nothing. Ever. Why? And you wonder why your life is crap, and you wonder why your relationships go nowhere, and you wonder why you're on drugs and you're constantly anxious and scared and skittish like a little prey animal. Was this Vlad? We finally got a troll in the chat, folks. Vlad says, Jake Rattlesnake is a loser who thinks a 120-pound man is the best kickboxer in the world. I don't know the reference, but Jake Rattlesnake is not a loser. So, no. Who does he... Give me a name, man. And in kickboxing, the best kickboxers tend to be Thai. Or Indonesian, or in that area, and those guys are tiny, and they can kick through trees. So he's probably right.
It's just like I was so secondhand embarrassed I wanted to cry, but we can do better next time.
What?
We're gonna win in the Song Olympics. Hashtag
I wasn't there to troll him. Like, I genuinely am annoyed. Like, I'm genuinely annoyed with him.
He's definitely a loser who thinks his Australian 120-pound man is the best kickboxer. Who? Give me a name, man.
Everybody did great. It was actually funny as And yeah,
it was funny. They went and trolled him. It was hilarious. Okay.
Act like a joke, get treated like a joke.
Well, I think this is what happens when people with the panel verse that way.
Shut up, silly woman.
Right. If you're not a panel verse person and you come in and you try to with the panel verse.
Who's this talking? Why, that's Sara the tomato talking. Let's make sure we...
She's retarded.
Didn't even know they use that term anymore. Retarded.
Don't miss a second.
Trolled him. Like, I genuinely am
Woman, give me another drink, please.
annoyed. Like, I'm genuinely annoyed with him.
Everybody
Like,
did great. It was actually funny as and yeah.
Did great for what? Like, what's your point? Seriously. So you're trolling Rob to annoy him to what? Destroy his credibility? Get rid of his subscribers? Do damage to his bank account? Like, what are you trying to accomplish? Even if I disagree with you, even if I think your game plan or your objective is evil or at least just shitty, what is it? Articulate it. What were you hoping to accomplish? Anything? Name me a single thing. One. Nothing? Oh, good. Great. Congratulations. So not only did you suck at what you're trying at what you're doing, but it didn't do anything.
Act like a joke, get treated like a joke.
Rob acts like a joke. He gets treated like a joke. The only person who's on any of these panels who's not a joke, who's had real life effects in the world, the only person who's made any sort of dent in the culture war at all, the only one who's ever done anything, he's the joke. All of these no cam, no name, nobodies, they're the successful people you see.
Well, I think this is what happens when people with the panel verse that way.
Sara says this is what happens when people with
Oh. Can we pause out? All right, folks. The child is back at home. I feel we've covered this completely. What is going on in chat? Harry says, take care, Jason. Got to check the Calgary municipal election today. Scintillating. Yeah, Vlad says, you want me to give you the name of the 120-pound Thai kickboxer? Yes. What's the name? You're making a claim. What's the name, Vlad? Bill says, Vlad the Impaler, who gives a F about you or your opinions on kickboxing? Is he a good debater? Yes. Is he base Chad? Yes. Who the F are you apart from a crybaby? And Vlad the Impaler says, what the F, WTF about does Jake Rattlesnake have to do what we're talking about? Good questions. All valid questions, Bill. I mean, Jake's is in the orbit, so I guess he's fair game in the general conversation. But yeah, I don't see what his kickboxing opinions have to mean about anything. And you've yet haven't produced a name. Give me a name of who Jake thinks is the best kickboxer, and we'll research it together live. Right, I'll do it right now. I'll do it live on stream, and we can figure out why Jake thinks that. Or I'll have Jake on, and we can talk about kickboxing. Bill says, good on you for reminding me not to swear so much. I know. It's a temptation, isn't it? It's hard. It's once you make it a thing not to do, you realize how hard it is not to do the thing you want to do. All right, folks. Vlad, unless you're going to give me a name, I'm gonna round it up here. Basic line is this: Raging Tomato. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone else that you can think of that.
She's retarded.
She's retarded.
Didn't even know they used
And
that term. Retarded.
Is this playing? I can't hear it. Anyways, unsubscribe to the channel. Don't let any of these panelverse people. If you have a channel and you're looking for people to get on, ask me. We'll find you guests, man. There's tons of good people out there who aren't this. These are just disingenuous people to put it on there, to use their favorite word back at them, and this is just stupid behavior. Like, if you got if Sarah has a problem with Rob, don't have him on your show. Just don't. Or, realize that your connection to his connection to the Crucible, and do that, and just make money, and shut the up. Just make the money. Yeah, Vlad, find the name of the 100-pound best guy. Do that. Waiting. What's weird is that you make this claim. You say he's a loser because he thinks this guy is the best guy in the world, yet you don't know this guy's name. Right? Like, automatically, I'm going to defend Jake because Jake's awesome, but two, because, like, how would you make that claim and not even be able to substantiate your own claim when asked? It's one thing to misremember or go, let me check the name. I do that all the time, but I'm old, so it happens. But you're making this claim. You came out in the chat unprovoked, and somebody saying, he's a loser because he thinks this guy is the best in the world. It's like, who's the guy? Like, I'm not going to tell you. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to tell you. Best guy in the world that weighs less than most dudes on a starvation diet. That means nothing. Mighty Mouse in UFC during his run was considered basically one of the best fighters in UFC pound for pound, and he was about 120 pounds, and he was pulling off moves and was highly decorated as a fighter, highly respected as a fighter. The best in the world doesn't mean the best heavyweight or the best in any certain weight class. The best can mean, like, he's the guy who wins the most fights. He's the most dominant in all the fights. He can produce the most wins. He's the most he's doing interesting things in kickboxing. The best can mean a lot of things. That has nothing to do with weight class. Well, he says, stop and move on. I'm talking to me. I'm not listening to this box crap. Good night. Good for you. All right, folks. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames, messieurs, I appreciate each and every one of you. Man, this is a great stream. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. We'll be back later this week. Meet the Blessed. Follow me on X. That should be happening this Thursday, but I'll let you know. And then some more interviews coming up. I'm just working out my life schedule. But yeah, hopefully all these things start working out, and I appreciate each and every one. Thank you so much to everyone who's donated. Thank you, Harry. Thank you. Oh man. Thank you, Chuck Fuckelstein. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you, Harry Ludwig. Thank you, Shane Stewart. Thank you, Shane Stewart. Thank you, Shoreline Skirt. Again, thank you, Shoreline Skirt, for that amazing $100. Thank you, Spartan Up North. Thank you, Rip. Thank you, Shoreline Skirt. Thank you, Kenneth Wells. Thank you, William Manuel. Thank you to Jason Unchained. Thank you, Pineapple Guy, for subscribing. Thank you, Big Pineapple by Big Pimpin' Pimp. Thank you, Madeline M. Thank you, Patrick. Oh, that's from 2 days ago. But thank you again. Anyways.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll talk to you again soon. Of course, I am Jason Mironchuck, and it's later than you think.
This is the church Richard and his family belong to. Here he goes to Sunday school. There are other churches in town for people who worship in ways different from Richard's family. Millwood has a radio and television station. The programs come from this building. Many people, they are the men and women who act in these programs. Some men operate the big television cameras. Others control the pictures as they go out over the air. They see to it that Richard gets the right program at the right time. He often watches television at home. The programs are fun, and sometimes he learns a great deal from them. Then there are the movies. The Andersons go often to the neighborhood theater. One evening every week, Richard's father